Fans will have a brief delay to the start of our game. Once again, you can visit our vendors, enjoy the Rampage experience. Macon Rampage would like to give a huge thank you to our sponsors who make this season possible. March 22nd, join us for a Cherry Blossom Festival event. Visit Macon presents the Macon Rampage versus the Cherokee County Bruins to celebrate the growing relationship between Macon and the Muskogee Creek Nation. Again, that will be March 22nd here at Henderson Stadium. And the grand reopening of beautiful Henderson Stadium will be March 25th, May 25th and May 26th. That's Memorial Day weekend. And stay tuned for more details from Tiger Entertainment.
Walk around these bitch like, man, go man. And they go free tight. Blood, they go, yeah. Walking down the middle with that stick. That's the bullets in my tail, so I can't wipe that. Walking down that street, you know that bitch like pull up smash and shoot the camera. I can't walk down no blood and no one. You see what I see? If you see what I see, man, it's just him, you, me and G. She mocking me. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. That bitch can't smoke crack. Hell no, I just got my blunt back. Fuck around with me. Walking down bleeding with that shit. The bullets in my tongue, so I can't wait to let it in. Walking down that street, you know that bitch can't pull off smash and shoot the camera. Now I can't walk down my body.
Stay behind the red line.
Niggas know we on the trash.
This y'all warning now. Stay behind the red line.
Gonna hit your ass.
What? How you doing, sir? What's up, man?
Warning now. Hard shit.
You bitch.
I'm gonna tackle that nigga.
You gonna tackle me?
Yeah.
I've been trying for years.
I got mine.
Safe right now. I've been trying for years. It ain't today.
them fans at?
again, welcome back to Sugar Bear Band, Central High School, back home where they belong here at Henderson Stadium.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Prosser here in a great atmosphere live from Macon, Georgia. Butch, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh, great. Wonderful day to be here.
Man, I can tell you that, man. Beautiful. 11 hours of sunlight, and I've been indoors all day. That's all I can say, man. It's one of those ones where it's like, hey, I got up this morning at 5:30, and I'm just happy to be here. Coin toss. It seems like the white jerseys of the Macon Rampage said, hey, we're going to do the coin toss from our sidelines. I don't think so. They have to walk up. We got the Macon Rampage versus the Georgia Thrashers. I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Prosser live here on Score 58 Network. Sorry for the delay. Kickoff was supposed to be 5 o'clock, but hey, what's 20 minutes among friends? I mean, have you not waited 20 minutes for a doctor's appointment, Butch?
Oh, yes.
Buddy.
At least 20.
At least 20. You know, one time I literally turned my son into a mummy because I had time. I was like, well, if you're going to sit me in this office, I'm going to do that. Well, it's going to be a great game. This is a rematch from last year here in the EAFL. Glad to have you with us here on the Score 58 Network. We're going to bring you the whole game in its entirety. Glad to be with you across the board. Butch, when you talk about keys of the game overall-wise, this is the second game. To me, I always joke. I don't joke. I'm very serious about this, so I say joke, but I'm not joking. I don't really care about the first game of the season. I really don't. First game is a mulligan. If there's ever time to play golf, and I don't play golf, I play putt-putt, and I'm a really good putt-putt player. But from a golf perspective, man, I take a mulligan any chance I get. But in that first game, I'm like, we all need to figure out where we're at. But this is both teams' second game. What do you expect? What do you hope to happen during the second game?
Well, you hope to clean up the mistakes you made the first game, you know, whether it's center quarterback exchange, which is always a big thing, penalties, conditioning, knowing who you are and where you are, and, you know, making sure you got all your people there and doing what we're supposed to do.
And that to me comes into it on that part. I don't ever really judge a team until after the second game. That's when I really kind of dig in and go, okay, hey, the second game is something that's going to play into it across the board. I mean, we can go center back, quarterback exchange, we can go special teams, but all that needs to be kind of resolved. Last week we had a chance to watch the Thrashers. They played the Commandos. They lost their game. We don't have a chance. If Maya gets a chance, she's going to put up the stats of the game from last week for the Commandos versus the Thrashers. And it was a good game. It was like 8-6,
right,
maybe 8-7 in that perspective. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Both Thrashers are 0-1. Macon's 1-0. Last year they played each other, and Butch, the first thing that came out of your mouth was, it was a rough game.
Yeah, it was not very good for the Macon Rampage. They turned the ball over. They could not block the defensive front for the Thrashers, and it got out of hand real quick. And then the Thrashers pretty much were able to do what they wanted to do.
And we have a little bit of time. Maya, I know you can hear me on this end, and you're going to hear me a lot tonight. Throw up the stats of last year's game between these two teams. If you can do that, I'd appreciate that. We could talk a little bit about that right before kickoff, because both
teams. I think we got the national anthem fixed.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch, o'er so gallantly stream, and the rockets red blur, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for kickoff right now. Here, week 2 of the EAFL action. We got the Georgia Thrashers in gray. We got our favorite team in white. That's the Macon Rampage. And their second year in existence right now. A lot of fun. One player, I always like to see this, and I'll share this with you, Butch. We had one player that was suspended for 3 weeks based on their performance of last week, and it dealt with the concept of helmet pull, and they got a legal one. They can't come back until the 24th of March. One thing I love about the EAFL is the policies of, hey, if you have some type of issue, they're going to take care of it right then and right there. And doing that, like for example, if you run on the field during a fight, pulling a player's face mask, breaking league rules, intentionally causing a fight, swinging a helmet. I mean, all these occurred in week 1. So it's very interesting across the board on that end. Glad to have you with us here. It is 15 minutes on the clock. I hope we got 12 minutes. I usually thought it was a 12-minute quarter, but I could definitely be wrong on that end. Butch, talk to me about you being a coach. When the second game, what do you, other than picking up pieces, what do you really look at?
Well, you know, week 1, you go in and you wonder who you are. You
Right.
don't. All you've played is each other. You've beat on each other all.
And you've had
all
a chance
summer.
to maybe a scrimmage this way and that, maybe some defensive
Right.
camps on this, but you really don't know.
No, and so now you get to play against somebody else, and you get a feeling of how your guys are going to show up and what they're going to do. And so you try to build on that, and build on what you've seen in week 1, and you get to, you know, you get film, I guess, and you get to study film and see what you need to improve on. And, you know, I don't know how much these guys practice or get to practice.
We're usually looking about 2 to 3 days. 3 days is a push.
Yeah.
One of those days is film study. I would
Yes.
say nothing past that. 2 days practice tops on that end. Based on my past experience of interviewing coaches and talking to players, and you know, and my brain, you know, overall wise goes out to everybody because, you know, up until about 15 years ago, I knew nothing about semi-pro.
Right.
You know, the famous line was when I was in 1984, man, okay? I'm not going to talk about my age, and you're not going to talk about your age in 1984. But I had a football coach that coached me in rec league that took out his helmet that he played rec league. And he was, I don't want to say he was older than me right now because I'm old in that part, but he was, don't shake your head at me, old man. On that part, he's just shaking. He's like, you're old. No, we're not talking about old. I understand that. Well, both teams are coming off week 1. And week 1, the Thrashers took a loss against the Commandos, 8-6. Great game. Enjoyed it. You can watch it here on Semi-Pro Network, here on Score 58. But the Macon Rampage took a 20-0, and the kickoff occurs. They fair catched it. Oh, flag on the play. You talking offsides, maybe?
Yeah, I guess that's got to be offsides on the kickoff team for them to blow it dead.
That quick?
Yeah.
Now, the question I'm going to ask you, because I'm famous for this, because usually I'm behind the production booth, and you get an opportunity to have Bo and Butch, the BB connection across the board. Butch is like, I don't know if I agreed to this, and he showed up. He's like, all right. He was hoping Adam and Craig would show up, and it's like, no, you get me on this part. So, you know, overall wise, you get this. Talk to me a little bit about when you look at, you know, flags on the play on the kickoff and flags in general. What do you want to do? Do you want to decline? You know, are you thinking ahead of the future or behind?
Oh, if I'm the receipt, well, on that penalty, you don't have a choice because they're offside before the kick is ever done, so you don't have a choice on what's going on. So you're ready to go now. Now, you know, what you're going to do on this return, we'll see. Another short kick taken in the middle of the field. And you got the Thrashers are going to start with real good field position.
Great field position right there on that part. Once again, Thrashers are in gray. The Rampage are in white. White jerseys, red pants. As my man Butch said, one's wearing gray, one's wearing white. So when they changed to gray jerseys, because everybody seemed like they said, hey, I'm tapping into gray jerseys.
Yeah.
I know. Listen to you.
Well, they should be. I mean, to me, the gray and the white, you know, if you're
it's got to be a dark gray, man.
Right, it's got to be.
It can't be a light gray.
Right. And, you know, right now it's not bad, but when it gets dark and the lights come on, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be real hard to see numbers.
No,
First of all,
I agree with you on that part. And, you know, that's one of the ones where you look at it, and even the size of the numbers. I appreciate, my hat goes off to the Rampage. Those are big numbers.
Yeah.
You get to the good, like my man Teddy, who does all my art, Butch, he's like, well, I can't find this font. I mean, he was trying to find the Thrashers font for their number. He's like, I ain't got a clue. All right, here, 1st and 10, doubles to the right. Look like a little offsides penalty right there to start off the game.
Penalty flag
on the defense. They'll start off at 1st and 5.
Yeah, not the way you want to start off. You have a short kickoff, then you have a penalty. And they're calling illegal procedure here.
They reversed it?
Yeah. Oh, no, he went the wrong way.
I tell you what, okay, in your time of being a coach, have you ever thought about being a ref?
Never. Not for football, no.
Oh,
I did referee basketball.
Like you did? How long?
Way back,
buddy.
Just a year.
No, I need
ago.
no details, man. Like what years, man?
Oh, this was
like right when you started teaching.
No, it's before I started teaching.
Oh,
this
when you were in college?
Right after college. My first year out of college, I was working in recreation in Madison, and
the information I learned. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, children of the jury, I've known this man for quite a while, and he laughs, and we're not judging our age and his age and my age and anybody else's age, but we're talking 87, 88, yeah. Maybe 87. I probably knew him in 86, but 1987. I mean, in the world of, if we looked at it, we'd be in the middle of the Korean War. You know, when you start doing math and you start, I get so frustrated, man, when somebody's like, hey, 2025, you were born in this. I'm like, I don't need to hear that. I just want to make it to 2050. Come on, let's go, roll the dice. But no, I've known this man for quite a while. So you did basketball only for 1 year.
Only for 1 year.
And said, but recreational basketball.
No, I did. When you first start off, you start off with doing JV games.
Okay.
So I was doing JV games, and I was in the Athens area. So I was doing some pretty good basketball even on the JV level. So
especially back in the day on that part.
Yeah.
So what made you say, because I've seen teachers and coaches even still do that throughout. I've had coaches on that part. All right, they're starting off in the shotgun. Got a little back to the right here. Motion.
Nice cut right there.
No gain. Maybe 1 yard on the gain. Going to leave second down and about 4 on the play. The markers, unfortunately, are on our side of the play, so we can't necessarily see that. So that's the disadvantage. When I tell my crew, I was like, hey, bring the elevated camera. Let's do that on that part to get that part taken care of.
Short gain on the play, second down and 5.
318 views on Demolition Derby, buddy. I'm just saying, we're streaming a game right now on Demolition Derby. Eventually, Maya will put that out there. If you're ever interested in watching a good Demolition Derby, we got one live in Lexington, Kentucky. Now to take you away from the viewers. Good tackle, maybe enough for the first down. What would you think?
Yeah, it should be right at the first down. That was number 19, Antonio Turner on the run. And it was a first down. And, last year, the Thrashers had tremendous success throwing the ball over the middle of the field.
We've seen 3 runs, two runs
two
right
runs
now.
so far. So
Under new management right now. They changed over on that part. So we'll see where their concept is from a run pass. Another run. Outside looks like a little speed sweep. Oh, nothing there.
really good cover, really good defense on that one. A whole host of tacklers.
I mean, everybody. Number 30 from Macon jumped in. Brooks, DB, stepped up on that part. We got a second down and long. That is an understatement right now. Maybe about 5 yards loss on the game. If I'm wrong. First person to admit it here. Oh, it looks like a hand wrong. They were able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe.
It was a yard loss in the play, second down and 11.
Second down and 10. Here in the first quarter, 12 minutes on the clock, 15 overall across the board, live from Henderson Stadium in Macon, Georgia. Georgia Thrashers traveling all the way down to play the Macon Rampage. Now I can say that there's definitely a loss of yardage. Number 4 for the Rampage steps up right there. We'll give him Juan Smith. Once again, I'm not allowed to call out names. That's Butch's job. The only thing I can say is number 4.
Really good play again by the outside linebacker there, coming up and
swallowed it up, man.
Yeah, that was a great job there, or not a very good job by the Thrashers.
So defending that and pushing him back inside so they could get to the corners.
Yeah, so now you're 3rd and 15, and you got the Thrashers behind the change, and they're definitely throwing the ball, you would think.
Yep, flag went up. They're throwing it deep. Interception is neglected right there. Won't happen.
Yeah, that ball was picked by the
flag down on the play.
By the Rampage, but we've got offsides against the Rampage. Thrashers had a free shot and threw it down the field, hoping for some magic. Instead, they get a free play, and they'll come back and do it again. We got another, that's the second offsides penalty so far on the defense for the Rampage. So now that makes it a little easier. You're now 3rd and 10.
3rd and 11.
We changed up the scoreboard, Butch. What do you think about the scoreboard, man? We're trying some different things right now.
Looks great, man.
Man, did you like the Super Bowl scoreboard?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that on that part. We're trying to figure out how we can adapt across the board. Old Teddy always figures out something. Deep pass on the cut right there.
Gonna be short, thrown a little behind him. If that ball's thrown out in front, he may still be running. Really good catch there. Number 6 for the Thrashers is Chris Weems. Made a really good adjustment to the ball. If that ball's thrown out in front of him, he may still be. So now you got 4th and short, 4th and 3.
What do you run right here? Do you do play action pass? I don't feel like you run it based on what we've seen so far from the defensive front from Macon.
I like to go right here and throw the slant pass to the one receiver side.
On the left?
Yep.
You crazy man. Come on, man.
But there.
No, he's not looking. Oh, jeez. Change over on down, man. Bounce. Okay, so when it's a 4th down like that, man, talk to me a little bit about what you would do in the sense of, are you looking as a quarterback to throw where it's already where they're not trying to get the yardage?
Well, they went trips and ran a little motion to see if they were man or zone.
And trying to get a screen kind of situation.
Right, get a pre-snap read, and they got a, so now they're going to try to throw the bubble screen out there, and it was a poor throw, and they didn't block anybody anyway, and so they turn it over on downs. So now you get.
I definitely understand that on that part. I mean, you get that where it's, and they're opening up with trips where Macon says, because I always believe, okay, now they're trying the bubble screen right there, and nothing's there. Maybe 3 yards on that part. And that's what I love about game 2. In any, not necessarily basketball, but football game 2, and they're just riding right up to the line. Ready to go.
They're no huddling. They're going. They're getting after it. They've got a new coach over there who is Derek Copeland. If you're from Middle Georgia,
now, all right. Defense nearly made the turnover. Do you go deep right now? Because that's what you have to play off of. You have to just jump right back on it.
Now, coming back, the middle of the field is pretty much wide open.
Bring the ball back 5 yards.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Illegal procedure on the offense.
Penalty decline brings up 3rd.
Did you like declining penalties when you were on defense? Did you? Because you're defensive-minded coach.
If you've got
Did you think about it?
And you're 3rd and 10, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. I would rather give up to down. I don't want to. I felt good about my defense.
He's running. Get it out there. You got to throw it. Nothing. Goodness gracious. And he's a big quarterback.
Yes.
And we got him locked as one of the key players. He's sitting at 235.
Yeah.
That's like me running there with no arm. Okay, I got no arm. Okay, and I know that. I'm sitting at roughly about 228 on a good day. On a bad day, we're not going to talk about that. That was DoorDash that took hold on that part. So, on
First down.
They gave him a 1st down.
No.
Multiple flags on the play.
We're going to have. We got offsides called here.
On the defense.
We've seen multiple flags
on both sides.
Yeah. And one good thing about them going, no huddle and getting ready and going is you don't have to worry about that delay of game. We just worked the Sunshine Bowl, and we saw so many delay of game penalties.
I'm just sitting on that part where now it's moving. We're sitting at 8:45 on the clock, and it's moving across the board. 0-0 here in Macon, Georgia, Henderson Stadium. I'm Bobit Michael with Butch Prosser here on Score 58 Network. Want to acknowledge everybody on staff right now. We got Joey Russo, Dorian Johnson. We've got DeAndre Wise and good old-fashioned Robert Reed bringing us some great angles across the board.
Quick hitch, which should have been a first down, but that looks like we're going to get a hold on their offense. That's where that ball is thrown.
Dedrick Jacobs made the stop.
Yep. Based on Whitecap, that's what they said. All right, man, question. Ever got a 15-yarder?
No.
Never.
Never.
Out of all the times as a coach, never a 15. All right, all right. Technical foul, basketball?
Yes.
Oh, you paused. I like that, man. All right. For what?
The first one.
Oh, no.
We're playing at
no,
Jonesboro.
No, be quiet. We got to pin this. How many because you know
Two.
this. You only got 2 techs. All right, tell me your first tech.
First one, we're playing at Jonesboro.
Okay.
The referees are late coming out for half. Okay. I make a statement just cutting up with them. I go, hey, that's got to be a technical foul on the home team because they didn't, they didn't come get y'all or whatever.
So you poked the bear.
And we're pressing, and we've got the girl trapped right in front of me, and this girl walks, and I go, that's a walk, and the referee goes, that's a technical.
Ooh,
that's all I said.
He didn't like that. He did not like it. Second tech.
The second tech, we are at my gym.
You were at your home gym, and you were a tech.
They make a terrible call. Called a block on us. We set a pick, and they called a block. Guy had a bad angle, blew the call. So, I told him he blew the call. I sit down. I don't say anything, and they go down to shoot a free throw. And all of a sudden, the official goes, that's a tech. And I'm looking around wondering who he called the technical on. And he called the technical on me for saying 2 minutes earlier that was a horrible call. Wasn't even the guy that I was talking to. So, as a basketball coach, you get to say, hey, you call up the booking secretary and say, do not send that guy in my gym again.
Ever.
And I never saw him again.
No, ever.
So,
ever
yes.
On that part, man. No. The hidden secrets of one Terry Butch Prosser, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Good throw and catch right there. And went lost. It's so windy out there. And they talked about the wind.
Wind was whipping when I came here.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. They said it was coming in because we're going to get a cold front tomorrow.
Yeah. Supposed to be considerably cooler tomorrow.
Yeah.
76 degrees today. And
beautiful. Like that. When they said they just enjoy it. And now you just see, you saw a bag rolling down the field faster than the players. I'm like, goodness gracious. 348 people watching Derby. Sharing out loud. If we can get that link out there, I'd love for people to be able to enjoy that as well.
Really good tackle right there.
Wrap up like that. That's nice.
Yeah, that's number 0, one of the captains, Marcus Singleton. 6'3", 315 pounds. That's a lot of.
It's a lot on the knees.
That's a lot of bodies running together.
That's
right
a lot
there.
of knees, man. Just a lot of energy, a lot of knees. I'm like, oh goodness gracious. Heaviest weight you ever been?
190.
Really? Okay. Well, every man in this world wants to punch you in the gut right now, brother. I'm just letting you know that. When was 190? Later on in life?
Yeah, when I was
coaching
still.
Okay. All right.
Got to feeling bad, my knees got to hurting. I said, that's enough.
At 190.
At 190.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. All right, live here from Brad Henderson Stadium, EAFL Week 2. Thrashers taking on the Rampage 0-0. 6:17 left on the clock. A little rollout action. Nice.
And he throws it.
It's
intercepted.
Gonna be a pick. It just was short across that. Good pick from number 11, or number 00. That'd be the DB.
Dedrick Jacobs on that pick. And that ball is way underthrown there. And a good job by the defense. Now, one thing about Henderson Stadium, it's open-ended on both ends, and the wind just whips right through. So you've got 1st and 10. Thrashers ball on their own 14-yard line.
Thrashers back on offense. First down.
Quarterback's number 12, Aquarius Hart. So they come out, they're in double shotgun, back into pistol set, direct snap.
So when you look at this right now, do you think that because both teams have played their one game, and we're sitting 0-0. One team had a game where they won 50 or 20-0. One team lost, and I watched that 8-6 game. I did. It was fairly close. Sorry about the interruption. They'll come back on. It's good old-fashioned Macon. Every now and then we'll get a little hiccup across the board, and we'll adapt. But overall wise, when you look at this, are they just trying here in the first quarter, trying to find their feel of where they're at?
Yeah, you're trying to get an idea. The Rampage come right out and they're rock and rolled, and they're throwing the ball over the field.
They are. They're just literally defensively. Offensively wise, no.
Yeah.
But defensively wise, they're here to play.
Yeah, and the Thrashers struggled last week with their offense on scoring 6, and they're kind of struggling a little bit right now. I'm not sure if they really understand where they are and who they want to be and what they want to do.
Right. Especially when you change over ownership and you get a new head coach and you are a coach that within that part saying, hey, we're going to do this. You try to learn that offense, defense. Once again, we're sorry about for the technical difficulties down here in Henderson Stadium. We're dealing with some little pauses in that. We'll make sure that's resolved here shortly. Oh, good bat down pass.
And that ball's up in the air, and it was intercepted.
See that on replay right here.
That ball's intercepted by number 30, and that is Isaiah Grant Brooks.
Yeah, 32 blocked it down, and 30 was able to grab it.
McKeel Perkins, the outside linebacker, that gets a hand on that ball. Now you got the Rampage in great field position.
Yeah, they're already inside the orange zone right now to be able to deal with that. Once again, when we deal with technical issues like, dealing with internet and the speed of everything else, we apologize. Any pause in this. It's not your computer. If your computer buffers, then it's your internet. But if we pause while we're talking, that's what you deal with on that part.
1st and 10 from the 20, and you get
maybe a yard.
Pick up 2, maybe.
So the final score is what? 2-0, 3-0, 6-0. Come on, man. Paycheck.
Oh, no,
Tell me the Shark. Come on.
I don't know.
Because at halftime you're gonna bet the Sharks money at halftime,
well,
brother.
Judging by the by the kickoff, I would bet that we're not going to see a lot of kicking in this game.
No.
And it may be a good thing. I can tell you.
I know.
We were.
Buddy, you went to a state championship because of a kicker.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I know you did. I watched it at Golden Corral, buddy.
Quick slant right
Longhorn
there.
State.
Catch by number 2.
There, like 5 yards away. Look at this replay right here.
Yeah, that's
Took it all the way down to about the 4-yard line. Nice. Here we go. When you talk about did you ever run a hurry-up offense? Ever?
Not from the get-go, no. 2 minutes, yes, but never from the get-go like this.
Do you like that as a fan when you're watching your team? Like, I'm a Falcon fan. We're not going to talk about any issues there. But I'm in Atlanta. I like the hurry-up. I like not getting in the huddle, let's go, let's press the defense based on all the rules. So, you know, being a defensive person, touchdown.
Score.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Oh, beautiful. Number 7 with the score for the Macon Rampage. Give him 7 across, lift him up, tell him how great he did right there. Split it.
Alkevius McClendon right there, and they just had him outnumbered.
Yeah, and when you got 2 of them and trying to seal the gap right there to be able to do that, and they're going to go for 2 right now.
He sprints. They run the 2 that everybody runs.
Everybody runs, buddy.
You bring the 2 outside guys in and you try to flare the back out off that little pick action.
How do you stop it, man? I mean, how do you not stop it? How do you reinvent this? I mean, from a defensive perspective, and I know, like, as a defensive-minded coach, Butch, have you ever really thought from an offensive-minded, how do you become successful in this?
Oh, yeah. Well, as a defensive guy, you know, first you got to contain the quarterback. But if he gets outside containment and he has the option to run or throw, you're beat. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
So you play really good contain, and you can play it a couple of ways. You can play man down there, which with everybody picking the way they do is tough. You can see the drive summary: 3 plays, 1 first down, 15 total yards, and a touchdown.
I almost want to say outcome is what? It's not what. It's touchdown / what? I feel like it's / turnover.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, because somebody's looking like who had a 15-pound, 15.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because that's just 15 yards. I mean, if being an offensive lineman in my trade, you give me 15 yards, buddy, I will give it the best college try.
Right.
I will give it any try you get right now.
Right.
All right. So the thing I wanted to ask. How close are we to think is the NFL kickoff going to stick? That's the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Well,
we saw it for 1 year, and nobody's talked about changing it. So is it going to stick, and when is it going to change to college, high school, and let alone semi-pro?
well, you know, it all trickles down. So it'll be a couple of years.
It'll take a couple of years, you think?
And, you know,
get on it. Move.
Oh, good coverage. Confusion back there. And
10-yard line.
boy, now the Thrashers are in trouble again. You know, the thing that, to me, that I don't like about it, if I am the defensive team and I get a safety, I am penalized on the kickoff.
Yes.
Because the kicker backs up, so what?
Yeah.
The guys covering the kick don't back up any.
No, not in this situation.
So,
no.
So you're hurting me because of the old rules.
But I know, I know you're thinking from a defense perspective.
Right.
I'm loving. I want to see. I always enjoyed when I watched highlights of the NFL season this past year if a kickoff broke.
Yeah.
Because that means they found something and everybody made decisions. No, you can't go outside. There's nothing there. The speed's there.
Yeah.
The Rampage's got the speed to cover the outside.
Rampage is really doing a good job defensively going sideline to side. But, you know, I think.
Is it going to stick? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think it's going to stick.
All right, so is it going to trickle? I mean, are we going to?
It will eventually trickle down. You know, everybody's so concerned with
they are.
injuries, and, you know, you got those guys now that are 6'3", 6'4", 235, 240 pounds that are running, that can run.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's some.
I mean, you don't have a Devin Hester anymore.
No.
Eric Metcalf?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. I mean, give me another one. Tiki Barber? No, a little bit. Well, who's the other one? Who was that?
Well, you don't have a guy like Billy White Shoes Johnson.
You don't.
That's, you know,
size
that's back
one.
there, right?
No.
That's back there at 5'9", 165 pounds. Those guys, I mean, you know, they're the guy from the guy from the Chiefs this year. But, you know, you don't want to put that guy back there with that guy that's coming down there.
And it might be, I mean, like I said, I mean, so you watched a full year right now. You're watching this, going deep. Oh, he's open. Oh, not
just
there.
overthrown.
Ball overthrown.
On number 10. When you watch the kickoffs, did you watch it like, are they going to kick it into the end zone? I saw these coaches change their philosophy as the season went on from some of them, because I have season tickets to the Falcons, and I get to see who wants to kick it into the end zone and who doesn't. Would you kick it into the end zone, or would you almost kick it into the end zone?
If
I
have a kicker, if I have a kicker that's going to kick it out of the end zone every time, then I'm kicking it out of the end zone, because now I don't have to work on kickoff return. I mean, the kickoff team. I don't have to, that gives me something else that I can work on.
But I've worked with you from this, and I understand your concept. You know, because if you can find a kicker, you're like, well, I'm not dealing with this.
Right. I don't have to fool with it. I'll give you extra 5 yards, but then that gives me another 15 minutes.
But I don't have to worry about you breaking it, and I don't have to worry about whoever I put out there.
Right.
That are they going to follow their lanes? Oh, Lord.
I don't know how that was. Boy, you got the Rampage again. Great field position.
Buddy,
starting on the 32-yard line.
But they're starting.
Yeah.
Can they make something from it?
Yeah, I don't know how that ball wasn't blocked. They had great pressure on the punter right there.
Have you ever given up a safety? Like, hey, I want to give a safety because it's going to help the game in general. Like, you ever thought about it? Like, hey, let's do this?
Yes, I have thought about it. We were never in that position.
Even in Mount Zion?
We lost a game when I was at Mount Zion when we gave up 2 safeties, and it was the only score of the game. We lost 4-0.
No,
yes.
No, you're not allowed to talk about that.
No.
Yeah, once again, you lose paychecks, man.
Our,
you're 4-0, man. That's rough.
Our punt snapper.
Shot it overhand?
First one went over his head, and it was close. It was borderline. The second one split the uprights. We had no chance. It split the uprights.
15 was there, right there with the catch.
For the Rampage.
Nice catch overall. Once again, we're live here at Henderson Stadium. I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Prosser. We're here still in the first quarter. Only, give or take, about 45 minutes into the game.
Got a new quarterback in the game also for the Rampage. Run a little RPO action now.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
And I think that's got to be illegal forward pass.
I can't say that out loud. I know. I mean, that was, you talk about a option that went sideways.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
Hey, did you ever have your players have names on their back, on their jerseys?
No.
Ever?
No.
Why? Was there just financial, or
yes,
you just
it's a financial situation in high school, because we wore the same. You know, we had when I was in my first high school job, we got new jerseys every 5 years.
Okay.
So
you stayed with what you
right.
did.
You couldn't put. I mean, you could, but
yeah, I only had my name on 1 year, and that was recreational.
Yeah.
And
because you buy your jersey every year.
Yeah, I had it.
Right.
I mean, it's part of my blanket that I
Yeah.
turned into on that part, and I was number 81 for God's sakes. So you know,
Fans will
so,
only have a moment. The starting
right, it's
line
all good on that
for
part.
the Rampage.
Illegal forward pass.
Past the line of scrimmage.
Boone at center. Carlos Murphy or Los.
It should be a loss of down also.
It should
And
be.
Sean, number 79.
5-yard penalty and a loss of down. And I can't see the down markers over here to make sure that's what they have, but we'll see. So now it's should be 3rd down and 15. I'm not sure exactly what that is. That was a proper call there. Really good RPO by the Rampage, just a poor decision by the quarterback.
Penalty was an illegal forward pass. 5-yard penalty and loss of down.
Yes.
3rd and 15.
3rd and 15. We drop back, throw it over the middle. No, pulls it down. Paul is knocked down
The intended receiver.
once again by number 10 for the Thrashers. That's Gary Craig. So now we're 4th and 15.
When you talk about 4th and 15, where's your limit? Where you go, hey, I don't want to do this. This is too far. As a, hey, we've got the schedule. Macon Rampage. They got the Thrashers next. We'll throw this back up here after this game here. Let's see how good Maya is at on this part. Is she able to flip out? Oh, she is. She's awesome. She's on point. And a sack. No good right there. Number 12 takes the sack.
Really good defensive series that time for the Thrashers.
Rampage is like, hey, we might not have anything offensively, but we're going to bring the defense. I mean, we're really looking at a 6-0 game right here. 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
You know, in that situation, I mean, I don't know what kind of punt snapper, what kind of punter they have, but I would probably have punted that ball, pin them back deep, and then, you know, take a chance again.
And nobody really understands your history, but you're a defensive coordinator by trait, and you're defensive minded. Not that meaning that you're not offensive minded, but I know you based on my history. And oh, what? Oh, not good.
Thrashers go under center and drop the first snap.
Oh my goodness gracious! Sounds like Bo's under. Can I pat my helmet? I can pat. How's that my fault? My fault. I used to be a center, and if Adam was here, Collins, he's one of our another announcers. He said we're all centers at heart. I didn't understand that until I went to church, and then I got offended by that concept on that part. They're gonna call it time. Oh, the first time out? No, end of the quarter.
First quarter.
End of the quarter here on that part. It's nice to have the end of the quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have everybody with us here on the Score 58 Network. Gives everybody a chance to just take a big breather across the board. Everybody take a deep breath here. 6-0 Macon Rampage. They're 1-0. The Thrashers are 0-1. We're live here on Score 58 Network. Hey, we're going to throw a little promo out there. You're going to see that all across the board. If you're interested in our services, we love the Southeast. We love to help, especially in the next couple of months before things get a little crazy in high school football. But we love to help and expand. If you're interested, please let us know. Total yards, 40-7 across the board here.
Yeah, not a lot of offense from the Thrashers so
No,
far.
no. We'll see what the Thrashers have to offer across that. So we'll see overall if that plays out to be able to do that. 398.95 viewers on the Derby. All right, hey, for those people out there in the crazy world, we have a demolition derby, like the good old days where cars hit cars in Lexington, Kentucky, and we're watching that stream, and we're watching people watch it, and it's blowing our minds. It's our first of many, so there's no need. Oh, -2, man. -2 from the Thrashers. 2 turnovers on each side. 1 turnover on each side. That really, to me, does that set the thought process?
Yeah, that's the 6 points for the.
It really was, because
the Rampage got their turnover deep in Thrashers territory, where the Thrashers got the ball. You know, their interception was also deep in their own territory.
It was.
So
It was.
that's the big difference.
I mean, we're
in the
talking
game
total.
right now.
I mean, total of 47. Last year's final. Go ahead. You had a chance to talk.
Yeah,
on this.
last year it was 43-12. Thrashers just, you know, they were able
We'll
to
show
throw the
those
ball.
highlights at
Right.
halftime, so you can watch
the turnovers were just really bad. you can see that the
10 turnovers, man.
Right, that-
6 on the Rampage, 4 on the Thrashers.
right that the Rampage last year had a minus 41 total
Oh,
yards.
man.
So, yeah, it wasn't a lot of offense from
No.
them. They were
No,
not
but
very
I mean,
good.
like right now, it looks like the defense is like, okay, hey, let's see
Yeah,
what happens.
Thrashers are a much better football team this year than they were last year.
Oh, yeah. And it plays into this right now. Start of the second quarter. Let's see what happens. Looking forward to it across the board. I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Prosser across here on the Score 58 Network, bringing you some EAFL action week 2.
Oh, great catch.
No, scary catch. What you talking about,
Oh,
man?
that was a great catch, and then to
and
be able
got
to get up the field and
about
get
9 yards.
Yeah, that was a really good play. That ball, that player has a chance if that ball is thrown once again out in front of the receiver. You got that's tough defensively because they're sitting in a 3-5, and it looked like they were bringing the outside linebacker there. So you're basically out here man on, and if you get any kind of block, then you're in a good situation. So you're getting doubles again. And we got probably a false start again.
Next week, the Thrashers are playing the Cobras at home, live at Lithia Springs High School. Flag on the play. And the good old-fashioned Macon Rampage are playing the Georgia Jaguars. I do believe they're outside in West Georgia. I can't confirm or deny those reports right now, but that's the March 8th game. We will be bringing you Cherokee Bruins taking on the Commandos of Alabama. Glad to have you with us here on the Score 58 Network.
And the Thrashers are just shooting themselves in the foot.
All right, man. So, hey,
Drop.
talk about shooting on the foot.
Well,
So,
you're in shotgun, and you're making a little read.
do you like shotgun? As a defensive coach, coaching offense and the total team, okay, did you like when they brought in, because it came in during your generation?
And it didn't really affect us. It didn't affect what we were going to do defensively. You still got to block folks up front. If you can't block up front, it doesn't matter how you line up.
Right.
So it should be fourth again and long all day to throw it. Oh, great catch.
That would be a first down
Yeah, really good catch right
for
there.
the Thrashers. Whether that was fourth down or third down.
That was William Howard with the big pickup for first down.
Yeah, that was always the difference based on my offensive capabilities in the early 90s or the late 90s when that kicked in.
Yeah.
I was like, could I pop the ball and block the defender in front of me?
Right.
That was all. I mean, like right now, there is no defender in front of him. So it's one of those ones that you always wonder what plays out.
Another fumbled helmet.
Yeah, we, as a defensive coach, shotgun, you play your responsibilities if they're running that read option or whatever, however they're playing and whatever they're doing. And you get past, you just make your drops, get to where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to do. Some of these guys come up with crazy, really wild formations.
I know.
Of course, it's
but
not bad
but
now.
yeah, the old person in me goes, nobody taught me how to. I wasn't playing the snap shotgun.
Right.
I mean, I was like, hey, I'll be a
Trying to go
center.
wide again, and they don't have anybody to block those guys.
And Macon's on point.
Right
The
there.
Rampage says, hey, defense-wise, we can go left to right. You're going to have to beat a steep. If you beat a steep, you're going to get some blocks.
Yeah, you line up in that 3-5, and you've got an outside linebacker sitting out there. If that wide receiver can't block him, that play is not ever going to get there.
No, hands down.
Here tonight. Make sure you visit the concession stand.
3rd and 10, 3rd and 9. Bringing pressure.
He's going deep. He thought he saw something. Out of bounds for the Thrashers.
Good job catching that ball, but he was out of bounds. Quarterback's got to keep him in bounds. That's on the quarterback right
it
there.
It is. When they throw it like that, yeah.
Making us real hungry.
You know, you're 4th and 9 right there. Why not throw something, pick up 4 or 5, and make this 4th down an easier
Like
play?
doable.
Now you're 4th and 9.
And they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting, are they sitting at the 30-20? Yeah. Yeah, they're sitting at the 30-20, 35-yard line. They're like, hey, we'll go for it. We're going to call timeout right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the big question on the board right now with the Thrashers and the Rampage. Butch Brosser, if you had a chance to create your own football team, what logo would you have, man? Come on, man. I need to know this information. I mean, this is what you get when you get the producer that's supposed to be in there with his head on the desk asleep right now. Okay, it's a 5 o'clock kickoff, which turned into 5:30. But everybody was like, hey, man, I'm going to listen to the game. Come on, give me a mascot. I just want a mascot.
A mascot, huh?
Just a mascot.
Out of anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. You can pick any mascot you want, any image whatsoever. What would you put? Come on, man. Because we're going to start a team next year, man. I mean, and you're the head coach. You just haven't been given the information. I'm paying you big bucks, man. I mean, the Shark is going to get taken care of.
Yeah, well, if we got to do that, I got to pick the Sharks. Man.
I know.
The Land Sharks.
No. Oh, you're going to go Land Sharks?
Yeah.
But, I mean,
We're
that's one
thing.
thing.
We're going to be the Land Sharks.
Oh, buddy.
Throw them up
Land
there.
Sharks.
Let's go.
I mean, like knocking on the door of Jim Belushi and like, hey, we're Land Sharks?
That's right,
All right, man.
Let's go.
All right. I appreciate you jumping on that part. Colors. What colors you going with, man? You throw out Land Sharks. I give that to you, man. Go ahead, give me colors.
Well, then let's go with the.
No, if you give anything Bulldogs,
I'm not going Bulldogs.
Right, don't go Bulldogs.
Although, you know, I'm a red and black guy, but if I'm going Land Sharks, and I'll go the Seattle look, the blue and the green. And
and we can add some yellow.
Yeah, you know, you can do a lot with that. So.
All right, Craig Chapman, Adam Collins, just letting you know we have a new owner for the Land Sharks of Atlanta. I don't know if it's women's football or men's football, but we got Butch as the owner. He's going to put in at least 80%. He hasn't told his wife yet, but things could go sideways.
Better win the lottery pretty quick.
Buddy.
They better call my number tonight.
I roll it every day, man. I roll it every day. You know, I mean, just in case, you know, I mean, on that part. So
yeah, but man, they're fixing to start hurting my wallet when they go to Mega Million, $5 a shot. What am I gonna do?
And they're trying to up.
They'll go up quick too.
Oh, it'll be one of those ones where it's like $700 million. Like, well, we got to do that on that part.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. They're ball on the 35. Thrashers trying to get at least on the scoreboard here. 10 minutes on the clock. Long second quarter, long first quarter. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, 4th and 10. Of course, you got the middle of the field. It's going to be pretty much wide open.
Yeah,
Looks like they're bringing
to the right. They're bringing everybody. I mean, everybody's within 5 yards.
Yeah, middle of the field is wide open. He throws a pitch out there. It's dropped.
So what do you do here? I feel like you go for it.
Well, that was
fourth down. Oh yeah, it was 4th down. Sorry. Okay.
You know, if I'm, you can see the next opponents right there. The Thrashers get the Cobras, and the Rampage get the Jaguars.
Very interesting to see both of those on that end. When you look at that across the board, the Thrashers playing the Cobras, very interesting to see how that outcome occurs. Let's get back to action. Here we go.
You've got doubles look again for the Thrashers. got an inside zone and you got nothing. The running games are really kind of non-existent from both teams right here. That's why, you know, on that 4th and 10 from the 35, I think I'm going to punt it deep, try to pin them deep into their own end zone, you know, with their back to the goal line. They've shown no ability to run the football, so.
No, they really haven't across the board. You know, that one touchdown, I don't want to say it's a gimme, but in really retrospect, it was because of the turnover.
Right.
On that part, so.
So now you got, again, you got a hold out here by the wide receiver that wasn't called.
Big run by Shaq.
It's all the way down to 50. Is that a first down?
Yeah, it's first down. Good scramble by the quarterback there.
Brought him down.
So did they find something right now?
Well, I
mean, we got plenty of time here in the second quarter. It feels like it's a very slow second quarter to be roughly about 6:30 on the clock Eastern Standard Time.
You know, they brought in a different quarterback. Now we've got a face mask, personal foul, which gives them another 15. So,
right.
Wow.
We're going to talk about quarterbacks with you, Coach. Right now, the QB is number 1, correct?
No, they brought in number 12, Shaq Sanders.
So Shaq is still in there. Okay.
Yep.
So, did you ever do dual quarterbacks in your time?
Yes. We rotated quarterbacks every play.
You crackhead.
And,
Goodness gracious. You defensive men. Goodness gracious. What did you like about
drop.
that?
It's incomplete. There was a flag on the play.
You know, this was prior to everybody having wristbands and.
I understand that, but what was
so
your thought process?
We had 2 kids that were.
2 different types of kids?
They were pretty much exactly the same,
okay,
and neither one was better than the other, so we just played them both.
Okay, all right.
And they, you know,
And we're talking about Mount Zion, right?
No, this was when I was at Macon.
Who?
Gonna be an offside.
Kid named Chip Jett.
Okay.
And a kid named Lee was his last name.
From the 30-yard
So
line.
you rotated both of those?
Yeah, rotated
Okay,
them in.
all right.
Taylor Lee was his name.
Okay, yeah, that would sound.
And you know, they were great kids. Neither one was
above and beyond the other.
You know, we run a little pump and go action right there. Good coverage, and they get sacked again.
But Dylan Coleman.
So now you're 3rd and 12 or so.
All right, seeing all this grass, talk to me a little bit about what's your thoughts about
bring up a 2nd and 9.
From
as a coach and
coach.
as a player.
As a person that announces, it's beautiful because you can see where it's at.
Right. I'm not a personal fan.
Okay.
I understand it as an administrator. I would be for it just because of the maintenance that you have to do on grass fields. Shaq gets sacked again, and this is going to bring up 4th down. You know, you can look at the field here and you see splotches of different color grass and spots where there are no grass. And, you know, if you have AstroTurf, it's, you know, and this field gets a lot of wear and tear.
A lot of play, yeah. I mean, we're in soccer and lacrosse season. Yeah.
So, you know, if you're a high school coach now and you got soccer and lacrosse and football.
Well, this is one of the only Macon teams Macon stadiums that don't have turf right now.
Yeah.
Cumby back in a quarterback.
Good throw. Once again, overthrows him to the sideline.
Incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 4th down.
You're once again 4th and 10. Yeah, to me, there's nothing better than a grass field that is well maintained.
Yeah, but you're the defensive coach, and you comes out on that part, man. I mean, it does.
I mean, just as a.
No, man.
I mean, I think there's nothing prettier than a well-maintained field that's lined off properly.
High grass or low grass?
Oh, we got.
Yeah.
That's offsides
It
on
is.
the.
It is.
That's going to be called on the offense, I believe,
is. It
unless
should
they
be.
call unabated to the quarterback, because that guy can cross the line. He
Let's see
just
what
can't.
the Whitecap says.
It's going to be interesting. You're gonna call
Offsides
it
on
offside.
the defense. But no,
Against the
going
Thrashers.
back to this, is it, you know, it's very interesting to watch because I've had conversation with coaches about turf versus grass and how high the grass is versus how low the grass is, you know, and irrigation and all that part.
Right.
So,
I liked it low.
Right.
Matter of fact, we
yeah. Let's see.
we, you know, at McIntosh, we cut it at well, my first year there was no grass because they had played like 40 some odd soccer games.
Yeah.
And so to be able to have grass at the end of the year in football, we played at about 2 inches.
Yeah. No,
It was,
I
I mean, it
remember
was
that
it was
part.
ridiculously
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
And then we got grass and were able to get grass growing, and because of that, and the next year we cut it down, we played on it at about 1 inch.
It'd be interesting. As a kid of the early 90s and late 80s, I only played one game in turf, and that was up in Cincinnati against a D3 school where there was bumblebees or yellow jackets everywhere, and it was traumatic. Like I grabbed I put my mouthpiece in my mouth, and there was a yellow jacket in my mouth. It was good. It was good times.
4th and 5, that's going to be
Nothing.
incomplete, and we're going to get another turnover on downs. Well, the early grass,
Buddy, it was rough.
synthetic that that Georgia Tech had down, it was like indoor-outdoor carpet.
Yeah, it was.
And it was put
And
on-
I played when I went to. I went to tech camp
Yeah.
as a kid in '85, '86, '87, and it was
Right, it was-
that wasn't anything.
Right, it was
I mean,
indoor-outdoor carpet
Yeah.
over asphalt,
Yeah,
and it was hot as could be, and
I
it
would
was
burn yourself to death,
right.
man.
And
I've even sit where I sat with my flip-flops back in the day with older, and my flip-flops started melting
Yeah.
because I was out there in the heat. Yeah, as a filmer on that part.
you got pressure again. Oh, and a hole up the middle.
That was a great run by the Thrashers. Number, is it 5?
0.
0.
Picks up a first down
Keith Redding, I'm guessing.
by Khalil Smith.
First down, but
5 minutes
Yeah.
on the clock.
the new stuff, the sport turf stuff is really good.
Like,
And I watched them put it in, and the initial blades on that are about 4 inches long, and then they come in and fill it with their infills, the chopped up tires and the rubber and
Right.
stuff, and they're constantly working on ways to improve it. They have different color of that field so that it's supposed to be cooler, and so. The Thrashers are offsides on that play.
Penalty, player in motion, 5 yards.
Yeah, I know that if you ask the pro players, they are 100% grass.
Yeah,
Balls on the
based on
40-yard
the
line.
positioning
First and 15.
and the push.
And the biggest thing with that is that they have pressure up the middle, and he escapes
took off.
pressure. Good run. We may have a new quarterback. Yeah, we got a new quarterback also in the game for the Thrashers,
Number 2.
and that is Kevon Taylor.
He was brought down by Isaiah Grant Brooks.
plant your foot on grass, and it will dig up the turf. You plant your foot on the AstroTurf, and it doesn't pull up anything. It gets stuck, and that's where your knee injuries occur. Better job that time against the run for the Rampage. Number 53 on the tackle there, Terry Lyons. So now you got third down and 11.
Nigel Williams Mitchell was the carrier. It's going to be third down and 2.
You know, you got these guys.
You run it or pass it right now. Third down and 2. And they're doing trips to the left like a bunch set to the left.
They run a bubble out here.
That's nice. It's a good call. Good call.
Good call, Holden, I bet.
Jim Wilson made the reception.
Yep, he's going to call Holden right here, I would bet.
Darn defensive coaches, man. I'm going to have to mute your mic, man. Goodness gracious. And that we didn't mute it, man.
You know, you got the defense right here is they're playing man, and they didn't have that third guy out there.
Right.
So, I mean, that was a great call by the Thrashers. And you called the hold out there. You know, those guys are basically manned up, and I guess you can call holding pretty much any time you want, but that was a killer play because now you're third and 10. Yeah, I like the skinny post right here. You got the safety over the middle. They run the hitch, and there. That dog's picked.
Yep.
He's got a chance.
He does.
He's down the sideline.
He's 7.
And there we go. Touchdown.
Give him 6 right there. Number 2.
Khalil Smith.
Macon Rampage. Now, in that situation, are you looking for something? Is that why you're throwing that ball?
Well, I thought he had 2 guys
he
open.
Did.
And,
he did. He did.
You know, I'm guessing the ball got tipped up or was kind of thrown between the 2 receivers or something, and then they just kind of stood and watched. So I don't know if this is. I guess we got no signal, so I guess that was a touchdown, and so. Yeah, we've got a touchdown. And I think we're going to have a penalty against the Thrashers, which looks like they will take this penalty probably on the kickoff. So this will be a big play for the Rampage, and you've really put the Thrashers in a hold now because their offense has really been pretty much non-existent. That was a really good drive they had. Couldn't connect with the pass. So now you got to try for 2. Last time they went sprint to the trips. I'm sure they'll probably come back and go the same way. So I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. 2:59 left in the quarter. And you got a 12-0 lead in favor of the Macon Rampage. And I'm good. We're still, okay, we got the ball marked and we're ready to go. Low snap. Ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So we go 12-0 still favor the Rampage.
Is that a big play right now, getting that 2-point conversion where it's not going to count right now? Or do you feel like the good old-fashioned Rampage are like relaxed?
You know, it was. You're
'Cause I don't
still,
feel
even
like,
if
I
they
don't
get
feel
it,
like the Thrashers
right?
aren't
Even if
pushing anything
no,
offensively.
even if you get that 2-point conversion, you're still only 2 scores up.
Right.
So it's not a major deal for the Thrashers defensive. You know, they're not like they're behind by a lot. They're down 2 scores. They had a really good drive last time. They just couldn't complete it. So now you're going to have they're going to start out in a hole again because they start with a 15-yard penalty. So the Rampage here kicking it from the 50.
Right. Yeah, they're going to do that on that part where it's only like,
And this, to me, as a head coach, was
Onside kick, man.
automatic onside kick. Automatic.
I know.
We were going to do that automatic.
Well,
First, you got to be.
Okay, first of all, we're not allowed to talk about onside kicks. I have flashbacks. I'm a little kid. We're not allowed to talk about that. So,
But you know, you're kicking from the 50. You onside kick it, so you turn it over, you give them to them on the 40. So, you know, he's got a chance out here.
especially
He's
with
got a wall, and he's got one man.
got all the way to the 40, man.
See, onside kick puts you right there. No
I know,
different.
no difference.
Oh, and that was good. If we
Look
make
at the
one block,
defensive
that's a
minded-
touchdown.
I know.
So the Thrashers, pretty good field position to start the drive. Now
But they
they've
haven't
got-
really moved anything offensively all game.
For some reason, they backed it up to the 35, but whatever.
2
First
minutes
and
some,
10.
Yeah, 2 minutes and some change here in the second quarter. I'm Bowman, Michael with Butch Prosser here on the Score 58 Network, bringing you live, making Rampage action. They're up 12-0. Great job here in week 2 of EAFL action.
May 25th, right here. Don't miss it.
Make sure you stay with us at halftime, where Butch gets loose money on his paycheck. I'm excited about it. He said, "Hey, you owe me this much." I'm like, "Hey,
Thrashers will start
we're gonna
first and 10 on their
throw the
35
dice."
line.
And he's like, "Okay, I agree. I have it on mics. No worries."
All right. Trips again. The bunch set over here to the left. One receiver at the top. A lot of space for that guy. And they throw the bubble again, and they got something going with that.
I feel like they do on that part. I would go right back to it.
Number 17 right there got on the reception. Javion Wilson. He looks like he's got a little extra step now. He's got some quickness out there. And
Now, did you ever have any players that played in semi-pro after you coached them, or that you're aware of?
not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
That should be the 2-minute warning.
Yep. 1:58 on the clock right now. Hey, stay with us. We got Oscar predictions, and Butch is going to tell me what movies are up for Oscars based on the pictures. We're going to talk about the combines and see if he's willing to, would he do these combines and how these players kind of really break down that concept. And then most importantly, we're going to talk about next week and March 8th and how we get ready for the second week of March. Glad to have her with us here on Score 58. Hey, most importantly, the best thing is it's not February. Butch, February went by in a blink of the eye.
Yes.
Did it?
And
I mean, January felt like it was forever.
Of course, there were a couple of weeks in February that felt like they were forever.
But
too.
because of the weather,
Yes.
I was like, my God. And then somebody tells me, hey, March 1st is tomorrow. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'm good with that right now.
Yeah, Tuesday, Fat Tuesday.
I know.
So
Did you ever celebrate that as a college And a young adult?
No, never really not. No.
Never? Okay.
From their
All
own
right.
45-yard line.
Would you ever want to go to New Orleans and experience Fat Tuesday? I mean, I could show you my titties, but I wouldn't want to do
no.
that. Okay, look at you
I
say
would,
no. That was quick, man.
Yeah, I would enjoy. You know, New Orleans is a great place.
No, it's not, man. It's the worst place on earth, man. And
That was
nobody,
not a good throw.
we don't talk about New Orleans.
You know, you can go to New Orleans, you can go to Mobile, which Mobile was really the first Mardi Gras
Was
in
it?
the United States.
Look at you, man. Bring me some knowledge right now. I like that, man. Okay. All right. So, yeah. No, I think it's awesome on that part. And when I was in Tennessee, they would always have crawfish when I was in college. And we'd always have a Fat Tuesday meal type thing. And me understanding how to eat crawfish and all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, I'll be all over that now. That's good.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm concur with you on that part, man. Hands down. Rambling out right now, trying to find something.
Oh, he's got open field.
All the way down to about the
Nice
30-yard
tackle.
lines.
Really nice tackle right there. Number 3 on the tackle.
I want to know who's on the catch.
Or
Can you give me
intake.
the number? You
I
got
think
the
that
number?
was
Wilson made the catch.
I'll blame the numbers, man. Man, I can't see the numbers.
I think that was Wilson again, Javion Wilson. I mean, he had a lot of space in the middle of the field.
At the Rampage 32-yard line.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And I would work on that middle of the field. I got a stunt coming.
Inside the 30 right now, we got about a minute left. Clock's running. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and either run the bubble or I'm gonna come back and throw the slant.
456 people watching, bro. Okay. Not saying we should turn off this right now, but 456 people watching Derby. And I don't even know what this Derby is.
So we got second and 8 or so. Touchdown on the slant. Either way.
Oh my gosh. Let's get a
Both of
replay.
them, yeah,
Come
he
on,
got-
give me a replay. Come on, Barrett.
And here
Good
we
job,
go.
girl.
We've got double slants
Oh,
on
it
the
looks
outside.
pretty. Wide open.
Yeah, both.
Hitting the pickle barrel right there, man.
You got the safety sitting in the middle of the field. And
Whose fault is it?
Oh, that's a good play. Good design right there.
Look at you not willing to throw
Well,
chalk.
the corners, both corners have got to run with that guy because the inside receiver
right.
both curled up.
Okay.
So you run a curl and then they run a slant behind, and the corners have got to stay deep and they've got to help squeeze that with the safety.
Okay.
And then the safety's got to, he needs to make a decision and read the quarterback's eyes and make a play.
First touchdown of the night, 6-12. Going to be a heck of a second half. Make sure you stay with us here.
And that was really a good throw.
It was. It was the first really true throw that we saw that we felt like it was on point. And they're the first.
Kicking
there's-
this.
Look at that. Paycheck. Come on. Good or no good?
Oh, he killed it. But he's no good. Now, I can tell you at Henderson Stadium, we played at Henderson Stadium when I was coaching at Mount Zion.
Yeah.
And so when you warm up there as the visiting team, you are kicking into the parking lot.
Okay.
And so we had a pretty good field goal kicker, and he's kicking the ball over the fence out of the stadium. So our guy catching that ball was outside the stadium. Well, there's a neighborhood not far from there, and they also had a group out there. So the first one, our guy goes up, catches no problem. Next one was a little wide, and it hit the ground, and buddy, before he could get to it, it was picked up and thrown 4 passes, and it was in the neighborhood. It was out of here. So there's a drive summary, 5 plays, 2 first downs, 65 yards, 1 rush, and then 3
completions.
3 completions, and outcome was a touchdown. Yeah, they had a group in the parking lot, buddy, that they were going to get the footballs if they had a chance, and they Got that kicking ball and
the
off
look
it
on
went.
my face. All right, when you said that, I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, they had a group every week. Supposedly, we're out there supposedly.
You only did it once.
Yeah,
And
three passes, buddy, and it was across the street there, and it was gone.
Jeez. All right, we got 25 seconds left on the clock. 24, give or take. Stay with us here at halftime. We'll take about a minute, 2 minutes off here.
Kickoff out of bounds.
12 to 6. What do you think? I love when we get audio when it comes back on. Ladies and gentlemen, so sorry for the good old-fashioned video interference. It's one of those ones where we're in a new stadium. We'll see what we get on that part.
I'm going to make them kick it again.
Would you?
Yep.
It's the old concept, the old, look at you going to that cookie. I left that thing and you're like, you passed on this and I'm going to open this.
No.
And you're like, no, I'm
No,
good.
don't.
No, I'm fine, brother. I'm
drive
good.
home, man.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't have to, so I'm
No.
good. So I can keep that right there with me, man.
Okay.
I'm good. Listen to you.
Yeah, you got those guys had to run down the field on the sprint. Now you got to go back and do it again.
You're like, hey, let's
Kick
do that.
wasn't very good the first time. I'll
Right.
take a chance.
See what they come up with right now. We'll pause for about 5 minutes. 450 people watch a demolition derby. And they bringing tractors out, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen.
They bring the tractors out to pull away the old cars.
They do. They do. Like I said, man, I am watching this as like a doctor and then like, hey, you want to throw a flag? I'll kick it out of bounds. Or I'll kick it into the end zone.
We got a timeout called by the Thrashers, and that was a great kick.
It was, man. There was a lot of frustration. Like, all right, you want to get this? Let's do this on that part. All right, 24 seconds left on the clock. Coach, do you knee it or do you play it? You know, in your world,
Well,
you're a defense mind. No,
It depends on where this ball is. If
man, buddy, it's on the 20-25.
If it's on the 20-25, I'm going to take a knee and go to halftime
And know that you're up 12
no,
to
I'm
6.
up 12 to 6.
Okay.
You
And
know, if I
who's
get
getting
the ball around,
who's getting the ball?
I get the ball in the second half.
Right.
So if I get the ball, this return around
they're
midfield,
gonna re-kick
I'm
that.
taking a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's deep in my own territory, no, we'll take a knee and play the second half. But if I get a good return or I get it, you know, with great field position, shoot, I'm all for it. I'm going. Our kicker has shown two different. They kicked one out of bounds short, and then they kicked one deep. So. Oh, another great kick. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great job by the kicker and the kicking team there. Now with probably 20 seconds to go, I'll take a knee and go to halftime. We'll make adjustments if we need to. Talk about how to play the bubble screen if I'm Macon, and we'll come back and play the second half.
Ball placed in the 32-yard line.
Yeah,
28 seconds left here in the first half.
They've had some issues protecting the quarterback. I'm not going to take that chance.
No, not at this point. 12 to 6, no.
But it looks like they're.
No.
Yeah, they're going to take a knee right here. They brought both backs in. Take a knee, throw it to the ref, and let's go to the locker room.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a pause here on Score 58 Network. Glad to have everybody with us here. Sit back, enjoy. We'll be right here, right before the start of the game. We'll talk a little bit about some interesting views, Oscar, and the combines. Take care. We'll be right back.
Concession stand. Paige here back here in 15 minutes for second half football.
Open in the middle.
Yeah. Well, that's what we talked about.
Stayed in empty, down the middle of the field.
Oh, what a
Caught.
catch.
Touchdown.
That's number 16.
Ball's on the ground. Ball is still on the ground. Ball is still on the ground. Ball is about to be in the end zone. Completing it. It'll be 1st and 10 down inside the red zone. They're going to run stretch, and that was a crushing block and a touchdown. There's the snap.
Oh,
Goodness
my goodness
gracious, Coach.
gracious.
Ball is out.
Oh, that's a jailbreak there, and the Thrashers have it.
Snap to Taylor. He's got the wheel route up the sideline. He goes to it. Didn't get it out there. It's intercepted. Pass is intercepted by number 32. Snap to Flowers. He's going to try to run, and no. Man, Coach. Flowers dropped. Going to throw it down the sideline.
Oh, what a
And that's a
what
touchdown.
throw.
So they do capitalize, Coach. Put you at a minus 33 yards on a possession. But if this continues, and he just,
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to pick it
my
up.
Goodness.
There we go.
All right. Well, I feel like Nostradamus.
Touchdown. Ball's out.
And the Crimson get it back.
He played pretty good defense. Now they throw it back inside, and it's intercepted again.
Good interception there.
There's the snap. coach, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to be tackled down. Here's the running play, and that was a jailbreak to the running back. Series whip. Going to try to throw his picked. 10, 5, touchdown.
Hot pass right there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, glad to have you back here at Henderson Stadium. I got Butch Prosser and Bo McMichael here on the Score 58 Network. We got a matchup here, 12-6 live here on Facebook, YouTube, and good old-fashioned Vimeo. Hey, talk to me a little bit about the NFL Combine. Butch, what did you think about it all? And I asked this question, and I paused, and then I interrupt you. When you talk about, I want you to look at the drills. Is there any drill as a coach where you're like, this matters to me?
You know, we were always big with the 40-yard dash.
That was that it?
Just because, you know, speed.
But that was the same thing. I
speed.
mean, you know, when I was in college, it was like,
Right.
hey, could you get your
Right.
40-yard dash? What
Can
was your
you-
40-yard dash?
You know, you can't coach speed. Either you got it or you
Did
don't.
you care about the bench press?
Not really,
But
because
it is awesome to watch it on the
it is,
combine
but, you know-
when they're repping out for 32 reps
Oh,
at
yeah.
225. I'm like, not on my best, not
Right.
on my perfect.
I mean, you know, as a football guy,
Mm-hmm.
if you're bench pressing, you're on your back.
Yes.
It's not a good thing.
And you're pushing people off.
It's not a
Look
good
at
thing.
you. Look at you.
It's not
okay.
you know.
All right. So out of that, what do you like? I like the vertical jump.
The vertical jump, the broad jump, you know, shows explosiveness.
I like the three-cone drill.
The three-cone drill. You know, the shuttles shows you can change directions and all that. You know, and they're all good. They all have a purpose, but does it make you a good football player because you can do drills? No.
And I do like it that they focus on those, but you know what? this is the broadcast person to me. I want to watch the interviews.
Yeah. Well,
And we're not going to get that.
no. And, you know, this, to me, the NFL Combine is great for kids at smaller schools.
Like, I mean, realistically, 2 and 3
Yeah.
rounds, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and that's
You
it.
know, if you're a top player, and so many of the top players now don't do anything. They
No.
just go up and go for the interviews, and that's it.
Right.
And
And they leave.
right,
And that's
so
it.
you know, quarterbacks. When's the last time a quarterback's thrown at the combine?
We
They're
haven't
gonna-
seen it,
You know,
man.
they're going to
I
throw
mean,
it
it's
pro
day.
days.
Okay, so tell me about when you talk about pro days.
Okay.
All right, look at you. Look at you. Y'all rock out there in production world. When we talk about pro days, why is pro days important for this? Where like, hey, if you're really truly, because you go ahead and talk. I'll be quiet.
Well, you know, a couple of kids from Georgia were injured, and they're getting over injuries, and so they're not doing anything in the combine. So now I've got another couple of weeks to get healthy and go. You know, if I'm a receiver, I've got a quarterback that I've worked with that I know that, so I can, you know, he's gonna put the ball there. So, you know, I'm comfortable where I am. I've practiced here. I've run all the 40-yard dashes I want to run in this indoor facility or wherever you happen to be. So, you know, it's easier. You know, it's great that they have the combine and they have all the teams there supposedly. You know, I don't know how much stock they put in the combines, but because they're going to show up again at the. If I'm thinking about drafting a guy from your school, I'm going to show up at your school.
Right.
So.
To be able to do that on that part, I feel like the combines are turning into interviews on that part. All right, man. All right. The Shark said she's willing to bet your paycheck.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
that's what she said, man. I'm just living my world.
Okay.
All right, far left, top of left-hand corner. Can you name the movie?
I can name none of the movies, but I can tell you.
No, man, no. This is the man. Okay, kids.
The top left
No,
is
shush.
is the biopic about Bob Dylan.
Okay, I'll give that to you, man.
I don't
I'll
know
give
the
that
name
to you.
of it.
I will concur with you on that. Okay, can you tell me the actor?
Timothy.
Look at you, man. You
Chalamet
said,
or
your
whatever.
buddy. You just
Yeah.
said. I mean, you could have called me. You said Timothy. I'm like, brother, I love you, man. Can you tell me? I can't tell you the second one on my best day. I can't. So I'm not going to sit there and throw smoke on that part. Can you tell me the third one?
You know, I cannot. I saw it.
It's on Peacock right now.
I saw it yesterday. We went by the movie theater, and I saw
Really?
it on the.
It's dealing with the Roman Catholic Church.
But I couldn't
Okay.
tell you.
All right. Can you tell me the?
I can. The next
fourth.
one. The next one is Dune 2, maybe.
Okay. Look at you. You got 2 for 2
Yeah.
on
I'm
my
2
world.
out-
I mean, the
2 out
third,
of 4, man.
yeah, well, the third one is conclave.
Okay.
So that's what I can give you on that part. Like I said, you know, a lot of people don't understand, but I used to own a lot of VCR tapes, man.
You think?
Yeah, hey, about 2000. I love me some movies, man. And now when they do the Best Picture tomorrow, back in the day, like early 2000s, I dressed in a tuxedo by myself. Give me a steak and wait for the phone call and see if somebody's going to call me for something. And they never did. But I always enjoyed that one. Your best picture in your world, what was the best movie you ever saw in your entire life? Go ahead.
The best movie.
Yeah, like if somebody told you and asked you, because we got plenty of time, it's best picture nominations. Maya, go ahead and put up the answers for all these because our intelligence level's not there on that part. So, and you did a good job on that part. The answer is I couldn't give you anything other than, I mean, I did see Wicked. I dressed as the wizard. And I made people dress up as Scarecrow and Tin Man. Did you ever see the Wicked?
No, I have not.
Oh, you and your wife would enjoy that. Yeah. I look forward to that. Peacock, March 21st. You will enjoy that. But I enjoyed Dune 2. I love that you knew that was Dune 2. But a complete unknown. You knew it was Bob Dylan. And I like that. Like, were you a Bob Dylan fan growing up?
Some of his stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I like that this actor has played so many different types of characters. He reminds me of Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Of the type of characters that he's played. But what movie did you really enjoy in your life? Like you thought was just incredible?
Oh man!
Come on, man! Come on! I'm giving it to you, man. You gotta give me something. If I'm asking this, I mean, based on your age and your time period, it's fine.
Okay.
Just tell me what did you when you were like, yeah, like if this movie when you're scrolling through whatever you're scrolling through, and it comes up, you want to watch the highlights, the bloopers, or the movie itself of it.
Well, if we're at home, my wife comes. If the movie comes on, we're going to watch The Replacements. We've watched it 1,000 times. We're going to watch Remember the Titans. Okay. We're going to watch Major League.
Okay.
Movie-wise, I really enjoyed The Legend of Bagger Vance, although the book was a whole lot better.
I know.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Okay.
Was always up there with me.
Okay.
So.
I realize that on that part. Okay. Those are, and based on your knowledge and where you're at, yes. Because you're a reader. You read, the last book you read was what?
I'm in the middle of one right now.
Oh, see, first of all, you being who you are and you're in the middle of a book, I'm like, nah. I hadn't looked at a book unless a book hit me in the face, man. Yeah. I tried to read books, and it's rough on that part. Halftime stats. Oh, my goodness gracious. But it's better than it was
last year.
It was.
Yes.
It was. And the best thing is the Rampage is up by 6 on that part. What do they need to do going into the keys of the game heading into the second half? What do the Rampage need to do to improve their keys of the game?
Well, the Rampage have got to have a little bit more offense. I mean, they've got 46 total yards. Their 2 touchdowns were a 15-yard drive.
That's it.
And a pick 6.
Yeah.
So, defensively they're great, but offensively they're not very good. They have 1 turnover, which was early in the game, and it was lucky it was deep in the Thrasher territory.
Okay.
For the Thrashers, if they don't turn the ball over, they've got a great chance to win this game. They've found something out on the edge.
And being 0-2 versus both teams being 1-1.
Yeah, big difference.
Are you walking over to the scene like, hey man, we need to be 1-1, both of us.
You definitely don't want to be 0-2 to start the year.
I mean, it's great to be 2-0, and
right.
So in the halftime speech, if you're the Rampage, what do you need to do?
If I'm the Rampage, I'm going. Guys, we got to block up front.
Offensively.
Offensively, we're not doing anything real well. We're not able to run the ball. You know, our big runs have been quarterback scrambles. We can't protect the quarterbacks, so we've got to do a better job there. And defensively, now we've got to do a better job getting off blocks, and we've got to protect the middle of the field. I think that the Thrashers have found something in the middle of the field, and because they had two guys wide open, and then even the pick six, they had a guy in the middle of the field wide open. So with the Thrashers, you've got to go, hey, that last drive was great. We've got to build on that. Defensively, we're playing really well. We're doing everything we want to do. Now we've got to stop, we've got to stop the stupid penalties, stop the turnovers, and we'll win.
Definitely agree on that. All right, let's get ready for the kickoff here at Henderson Stadium. I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Terry Prosser here. I love saying Terry because he never responds to that. Terry, talk to me a little bit about how that name came about.
Well, Terry was my given name.
Yeah. So is Christopher is my given name.
Right. And,
okay. And when were you named Butch?
Forever.
At birth.
I guess. My
Buddy,
dad.
How did that happen? Because I was named at birth with Bo, and everybody was like, but my dad was named in like 5th grade for birth. So you were named with Butch at birth.
As far as I know, my dad wanted everybody to have nicknames. He didn't have a nickname growing up.
Okay, first of all, and that's
so he wanted everybody to have nicknames.
I know, and I don't even know where that came from. Because my family seems the same thing. And we lived in the same neighborhood. That's even better. Yeah. So we got Butch Prosser and Bo Michael on the call. 15 minutes on the clock, 12-6, Henderson Stadium. Let's get ready for kickoff here. EAFL Week 2. We've got Jennifer, we've got Cedric, we got Dylan, and we got Miss Maya Barrett, who is causing chaos across the board. Glad to have everybody with us here. I'm Bo and Butch. It's the BB connection. I don't know what that means right now, but I'm just glad to call a game, and I don't have to sit behind where everybody asks if I'm falling asleep. And I'm wide awake. Let's kick it off and ready to go. All right. So, famous lines in every world that I've lived in.
Nice kick.
I know, but the second half, how important it is that first series, man. Like for the team, for both teams, offense and defensively. I've never been the head coach. You have been. So tell me what the importance is in that situation. Do they need to score, or do they need to hold the ball? What needs to happen right now offensively and defensively?
Well, defensively, if you can get a 3 and out,
you're great.
If
awesome. I could hit a damn button right now, no crap, man. But I understand that, man.
Offensively, if I can move the ball, I don't necessarily have to score. If I score, that's great.
But
if
at least
I can
4 or
pick
5
up,
plays, 6 plays, 7, 8 plays.
7, 8 plays, because now, hey.
Because that's what I count.
Right.
Because I always say the first 3-4 minutes of the play of the second half is the most vital. Sorry for the pause.
And they're going to have a run for about
3
yards.
They're going to go to the touchdown, man, on that part. No, they're not, man. It's the Rampage, buddy. They had Thrashers in the offense and the defense. Once again, we're live here in Macon, Georgia. We apologize for any type of streaming interference. We're dealing with that on our end, and we'll adapt and bring that back up. We got wonderful helmets brought to you by Maya Barrett.
That's a good play. First down.
Yeah.
Dylan Coleman made the.
And what's wonderful is when we get that constant motion right there, we just have to be patient to know that it's going to filter back. So everybody stay with us. We're live here. It's not going to go anywhere right there. Next week's matchups, the Cobras versus the Thrashers, and the Rampage versus the Jaguars. Back to action we go.
Yeah, the Thrashers decided they've had enough. They're coming after you. They're bringing everybody.
Yeah, after that first couple, even that one right there, buddy.
Right, we've got.
You talking, I can't see his jersey.
Yeah, it's number 0 right there, who's one of their captains, and that's Marcus Singleton, and he's been a man in the middle. Their runs have been outside for good pickups. We've got a false start penalty, and so what started out good for the Rampage now it's going backwards. So now
False start on the Rampage.
you're going to have second and probably 16 or so.
Second down and 19.
Oh, 19, my fault.
And once again, pause, everybody that is watching this. We are dealing with what we have on location. Don't stress about that.
Oh, and he was able to get that ball out. I thought he was fixing to be sacked for another big. So he picks up.
IG Foster.
Really no gain.
Antonio Turner makes the stop. It'll be third down and long.
Yeah, you're 3rd and 19 again. See what kind of pressure they bring. You just bring 4, but they're going to, oh, he gets out of it. And he's sacked, fumbles, ball's on the ground, scoop and score.
And we got a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen, across the board. Once again, everybody take a deep breath. Probably have to reset here at the end of the 3rd quarter if we keep getting this kind of bubble across the board. We are not linked into Ethernet or Wi-Fi. We're running totally off of towers. So we'll see how we play out across the board as we move things around.
And that was a great play by the defensive end there for the Thrashers. He puts immediate pressure on from the outside. Quarterback steps up and he comes back around, makes the sack, makes the strip. The ball comes out and is picked up, returned for a touchdown. So we've got a tie ball game right now. Now you've got
7 overtimes.
no, sir. Thrashers
come
are
on,
fixing
man.
to
You
kick
think
this one, or they may go for 2. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to line up and kick it again. Or try to kick it.
Once again, apologize for any technical difficulties. We're dealing with that on our end as
Bad
well.
snap.
And no good. 12-12 ball game.
At 12.
And so we're 12-12 early in the beginning of the 3rd quarter. What a great start for the Thrashers defensively again, and we've had 2 defensive touchdowns in this game so far. Defenses have been dominant from both sides. So now you've got the kickoff coming, and Rampage had a great kickoff return last time. We'll see what we get this time. We're getting everybody lined up and set up, and we will see what we got going. The things in these games, you got a lot of these guys going both ways, and conditioning becomes a factor.
They do. I mean, we're talking game 2 on that part. Once again, we apologize for the streaming. It's not y'all, it's us. It's where we're located to be able to do that. But the Derby is at 500 views. I'm just saying out loud on that part. So we'll deal with that across the board. 12-12 ball game. And it's going to be a little catchy here to begin with, and we'll see what we can bring out and give you full service.
Great kickoff coverage there, and we've now got, looks like we'll have the Rampage with the ball on their 15-yard line. And this is a great way to start the second half for the Thrashers. And for the Rampage there, it had a great drive going, had a loss of, then a penalty, and then a turnover. So now we're back. 1st and 10. They try to run off the right, pick up, good gain, picked up, should be close to a first down. And that was a first down for the Rampage. Good job coming out, and they've had a lot of success running the zone to their offensive left. Oh. We're going to have offsides here by the defensive end. Yeah, that's the same guy that caused the fumble. And so now it's 1st and 5 for the Rampage. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Emmanuel Boone was helping the ref on that one.
And we're off the left side again. Another good run. And we're going to be close to a first down.
Once again, Thrashers visiting a little too early. Offside.
Offside, that should be a first down for the Thrashers. And the Rampage have a pretty good drive going again here.
From the Rampage 43-yard line.
There it is again, tries to bounce outside. He's going to lose 2.
Heave the ball carrier.
Better job that time by the Thrasher defense, so we're going to have 2nd and 12 from the 40-yard line. Well, they've lost.
There's a loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 14 now. They move it back to the 39-yard line. I'm not sure that the Rampage want to throw the football. They've not been able to protect very well. So we'll see what we get. Quarterback drops back, overthrows the receiver. And once again, he's under tremendous pressure. He's all he can do to get rid of that ball.
Agent 0.
So now we're 3rd and 14. Ball on the 39-yard line.
3rd down and 8.
We're going to get offside penalty again.
And once again, we apologize for any technical difficulties that we're having right now.
Rampage looking for that flag.
Who's my man drinking water? Goodness gracious. Come on, man. You're killing me, Smalls. Flag on the play. Rampage 12, Thrashers 12.
Hey, they call it off.
Oh, they're waving the penalty off right now. All right. So as a coach, when they wave off the penalty and you think it's for you, do you freak out? Come on. I know you're nice right now. Go ahead. Oh, no, brother. You hit your mic. Oh,
You know,
I got you.
100% because he jumps off sides.
Listen to you. You
Um,
killed your
wow.
mic, and then you're like, 100%. I'm like, nah, they can't hear you, man.
They cannot block the defensive end.
No.
And now we're 4th down. And I would think you try to punt this ball, even though we've not seen a punt from the Rampage all night.
Tackle is going to be 4th down and 7.
And there may be a reason for them. They don't know who's supposed to punt the ball.
Was that always a scariest situation for you? Punting?
No, we usually had good snappers and good punters.
Okay.
So that wasn't really a bad.
That was something, but that was something you made sure that was not an issue, correct?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's something you got to work on. And if you don't have a good snapper, well, it's awful. And they run a fake.
Yeah.
And I believe he's going to be short. Looks like it's going to be close, but I think that that's going to be a 1st down for the Thrashers. And once again, we're experiencing
we're dealing with technical
issues.
And we are on that part. We can call it as we go.
And I guess it was a 1st down. They're
gonna determine that right now.
Looks like they're gonna have to bring the chains in. We'll see. And the officials are standing still discussing and talking about it, and they're bringing the chains in from the other side of the field. And I believe this is going to be short.
Welcome, one and all. Let's go.
Short by the nose of the football.
And when I ask for jazz, I get jazz. and that's the best thing is. We're going to restart this. Hey, you spent some time in New Orleans there, Butch.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to me about your experience, man. Come on. Just play with the music right now, man.
New Orleans was a great place.
No, I'm going to mute you right now. It's never a great place if you start with the word New Orleans. If you say Orleans,
okay.
Don't say New Orleans, man.
NOLA.
No, I'm just messing.
NOLA is great.
Where did you eat, man?
Oh, all over.
Did you?
You
took the wife, right? You went twice. You went as a single man, and then the first time you went as a getting ready to marry your wife, correct?
First time I was in college before I met my wife.
Okay.
And then the second time was on our honeymoon.
And then third time was you were married and you decided to take a trip.
I went without my wife to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that one, man. I went on that part. But yeah.
So we ate. They're really good places to eat. You can eat whatever you want. We ate raw oysters at Felix's, we ate. Went to breakfast at Brennan's.
Yep.
And then, we're walking the French Quarter, and we'd eaten Cajun food for 3 or 4 days, and somewhere down there, they were cooking hamburgers, and it was smelling so good. So we had to go and find a grilled hamburger, and it was really good.
Grilled hamburger in New Orleans is are you ready for that on that part? Yeah. That's crazy all by itself. Yeah, no, I can only imagine on that part. So, and they're checking the 4th down and figuring out if it works or if it doesn't work right now. We're dealing with technical issues across the board, but hey, we can talk about it and see about it, and see if we can bring that about across the board. What did you think about the French Quarter and just the overall perspective of it all?
It's the atmosphere. You know why you're there, and it looks like we got a touchdown
By the Thrashers
again. So, if you don't want to be around people that are drinking and walking through the streets and seeing naked people swinging through the windows, don't go to New Orleans.
No.
Don't go to Bourbon Street.
No, you don't.
We were there for the Sugar Bowl 1 year, 2 years, and then the next time we just drove in. And
but when you went to the Super Bowl, how close did you get? Like, were you there before the Super Bowl?
No, we came in that morning. We spent the night Saturday night right outside New Orleans.
So you didn't get into New Orleans?
No, we didn't get into New Orleans that day.
Okay.
The other 2 visits we did, we were there on our honeymoon. We ended up actually meeting.
Yeah, his famous story is, if Herschel Walker scores this touchdown, I'm throwing this popcorn in the air, and I don't care who it hits. Just based on how old I know this guy, and so it's a good story on that part. So,
but we, you go to New Orleans, and we ended up having some of my relatives were down there that we knew were going to be down there. We ended up hooking up with them on New Year's Eve, and spent New Year's Eve standing in the gutter, so because that was the only place that traffic wasn't moving.
That's it, man.
You go where the traffic, where the crowd's
where it
going,
wasn't moving,
whether
man.
you want to or not.
Call it penalty.
I think we got too many men on the field. Not real sure what. The officials are having another discussion. Somebody had illegal participation.
Another flag on the play. This extra point's moving.
So we backed him up 5 yards. We'll try it again. So we'll try to kick it again. So we're high snap.
Oh my goodness.
And
Nothing
extra
there.
point is
All right.
good again.
So
now 18 to 12.
You got 2 boys. I got 2 boys.
Yes.
So you got 2 boys. I got 2 boys. Would you recommend either of your boys to be kickers? If you go back, stop laughing, man. Jesus. Okay, because I know my answer. Okay, based on just my life as a football player, would you say, hey, like, be a kicker?
If you are good, being a kicker is the easiest way. You can look at the scoring drive. We had one play, 1 first down, 47-yard pass.
You jackwagon.
Touchdown.
Jesus,
But if you're good, being a kicker is the easiest way to play college football.
Play anything, man.
Right, if that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to do.
And,
even the deep snapper.
Yeah.
If that's what you can do.
Right.
But you have to be, like a savant in that for a deep snapper. Not not anything else. Savant, deep snapper. Kicker, good. Okay.
Yeah, and those guys don't ever get the praise they deserve.
No.
But let them mess up, and then they get dogged for life.
I got my son got a jersey that has a kicker jersey on it, and I'm like, that's awesome, in the big scheme of things. So, all right, 18 to 12, 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Thrashers up on the Rampage. Thrashers 0-1 in the season. Rampage 1-0. Everybody's looking to get 500 right now. Rampage looking to get 2-0 in the season. Thrashers looking to get 1-1 across the board. 500 viewers right now on the Derby, buddy. I don't even know what we're watching. But that's awesome. Okay.
Here, first and 10, 29-yard line for the Rampage, and we'll see if they're able to block this defensive end down here because they've not done a very good job. Oh, good run up the middle, picks up about 9 yards. Good run there. They're having a lot of success this half off their offensive left side. Then they'll have 2 or 3 good plays, and then they will shoot themselves in the foot.
Agreed. Hopefully they'll score on this drive because they have not had a long drive at all this game.
And they have changed their offensive set. First half they were doubles and trips, and they've gone to a tight end wingback set here in the shotgun formation.
Procedure call.
So they're really outnumbering the Thrashers at the point of attack. So a good changeup by the.
Second down and 11. I'm sorry, take that back. Second down and 7.
So we're at 2nd and 7. Yeah, they've gone tight end wing, and the Thrashers don't adjust. This guy's down. And they were immediately calling for help, and it looks like he has hurt his leg. We just hope that it's nothing serious, but it doesn't look good right here. With 4:16 to go in the 3rd quarter, we've got an 18-12 game.
So what do you do right now? You got a, next game, Georgia Cobras, and then you have a bye. But how important is this game right now?
It's more important for the Thrashers than it is for the Rampage.
Because they lost.
Because they lost.
So you can take a 1-1 going into a. I mean, look at you, defense,
yeah,
man.
1-1.
No, man. Heck, no. No. I understand you want to go 0-2, but yeah, I believe the Thrashers have much more to gain. I agree totally with that. And to lose and to gain on that part, but both teams are heading into a bye, correct?
No, they both play next week.
They do?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's my intelligence level is limited on that part.
Yes.
Oh, look at you. I appreciate that, Maya. Thank you for throwing that out. We got the Jaguars and the Cobras. So, you got both teams playing. So, both teams, if you're the Thrashers, being 1-1 is the most important thing to be.
Okay.
Is it more important across the board? So they have so much more to lose versus the Rampage being.
Well, it's just a psychological
It
thing.
is, man.
There's no more.
Yeah, nobody wants to be 0-2.
Right.
Because that's taking 2 wins to get back to 500, man.
Yeah, you certainly a win is big. You lost the first game of the year 8-6, and I'm sure you're probably kicking yourself thinking, man, we should have won that one. And, you're up 18-12. If the Rampage come back and win this, then you're really starting to question yourself.
Like, are we really going to be successful this year?
Can we do this? And then you get guys that go, well, we're not going to win, so I'm not going to show up.
Right.
So
you got 3 practices.
Right.
Tops.
So it's kind of misery breeds misery, so to speak.
Right.
So
I understand that. I mean,
for the Rampage, you go, hey, we won week 1.
If we
gave
faltered
up
week 2.
Right, we gave up
But you have
fumble
to
return for a
lose
touchdown.
18-12.
Right.
You can't lose anything more than 18-12 to have that attitude.
Nice snap.
Danny White with the kick.
Nice punt.
Oh my goodness.
Ball takes a Rampage bounce.
All the way to about the 32-yard line. here for the Thrashers. They'll take hold. I'm Bo McMichael with Butch Prosser here on the Score 58 Network, bringing you some good old-fashioned Thrasher Rampage action here on the EAFL. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
And this half's pretty much been all Thrashers. They have a scoop and score, strip sack, touchdown, return for about 50 yards.
Oh, it's 12-6 at the end of the half, right?
At the end of the half, and
I mean, they flipped it on 12. Yeah, it's 12 unanswered.
So they come out in doubles and looks good run to start. Picks up 4. It looks like the Rampage have kind of changed. They're still in the 3-5 look, but they're look like they're trying to play man on the 4 receivers. So if you can get a block on the inside guys there, or if you run a quarterback option right here, if you run a read and the quarterback pulls it, there's nobody to play him. So we'll see what they get. Boy, a lot of space out here on the outside. Run a jet sweep, and if your outside guys don't block, you got nowhere to go there. Number 4, the outside linebacker, makes the tackle. Looked like we had some confusion in the backfield also, so you're going to bring up third and about 10. Yeah, if they go motion, boy, you leave that corner on an island and you got a lot of space in the middle of the field. So we'll see what we get and see what they do.
Be third down and about 6.
Yeah. If they come back and run the same play that they scored on earlier with that double slant, there's no way the safety's going to get over here and play anything on a skinny post. And they go again with the jet sweep. And we're now 4th down. It's going to be 4th and short, I'm guessing.
Smith made the stop.
You can see the total yards for the game. The Thrashers have 176 to 85 for the Rampage. I think they gave him a first down on that last play.
I think so.
So we're 1st and 10. Runs a little wheel route and he is wide open. Missed tackle when he steps out of bounds. And that is number 19 for the Thrashers. That is Antonio Turner, the running back. So they run the outside receivers off. Run him on a wheel route out of the backfield. He's wide open.
At about the 27-yard line. It's going to be a first down.
So they're on the 27, 1st and 10, and they're driving again. So it's been a really good half for the Thrashers, and less than a minute to go in the third quarter. And this is a big stop for the Rampage. They don't need to go down 2 scores because their offense has not been very good. Really good job there. Pick up 1 maybe.
Whole bunch of Rampage.
And that was a good job. Looking like you got a lot of space out there, and
Chris Williams.
you know that depending on how they're playing their defensive end, there's nobody to get to those linebackers, and their linebackers have really done a really good job getting to the football.
Fans, that's the end of the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Thrashers 18, Rampage 12, and what a great quarter for the Thrashers.
It really was. On that part where you go, hey, I wonder how they're going to play out across the board. I appreciate you getting a cookie in your mouth, man. You're like, hey, man, it's three quarters in, man. I want a cookie. I feel like I'm dealing with my dog, man. Goodness gracious, so, but yeah, that is hands down across the board.
Well, that was a great quarter for the Thrashers. They pretty much dominated the quarter. Even though they didn't have the ball a whole lot, they had one possession. They scored a touchdown, but they also scored a defensive touchdown. So they erased the halftime deficit and go up. They scored 12 unanswered points and are driving again to score. And the touchdown here will really be pretty much devastating to the Rampage because their offense has not been.
No, they have not. They've played on all of the turnovers and just overall, both the touchdown by the Rampage. One was a 15-yard drive, and the other was a pick six. So both of them came off of a result of turnovers. And you can see the third quarter stats. The Thrashers are pretty much dominating, 215 total yards, 18 points, and then you've got the Rampage with 85 yards. With turnovers, both teams have 2 turnovers, so we'll see what we get here going into the fourth quarter. And does a touchdown end this game right now for the Thrashers?
The way that they have played defense so far, yes, this would be very tough for the Rampage to come back.
Okay.
Because their offense is, they've got 85 yards for the game. Their best drive was probably the opening drive of the game, and they ended up throwing an interception deep in the Thrasher territory. So, unless they find a spark at quarterback somewhere and get something out of it. So this is 2nd and 9. Doubles formation. Good fake. And there he is. Just overthrown.
Almost there.
Wow, they faked I don't know what the coverage is. If it's man, then their outside linebacker is getting abused. If it's zone, their quarterback's getting abused. He's biting up on the stop route out there. If you're a corner and you're playing cover 3, you got deep thirds, man. You got to get out. You can't sit there and play the pump fake and play the outside receiver. Looked like they were they're playing man on those guys. So once again, anything over the middle, they run an inside give, and we'll probably get a hold.
There's a flag on the play.
So that will back them up. And the Thrashers are retreating, and so that's a big holding penalty right there. Now we'll see what we get. I'm sure they're going to be doubles. If they come and run that same route with the back coming out of the backfield, your inside linebacker's got to cover him, and that's tough. So they've kind of widened their inside linebackers out a little bit, move their defensive ends inside, so if they can play that. They've got another penalty. And this is going to be false start. So the Thrashers get down here in great position, and now they start shooting themselves in the foot.
Move the Thrashers back another 5 yards.
Well, it's a long ways to go here. Ball's on the 38-yard line. Looks like they're going to bring pressure with the inside linebacker coming off the edge. Quarterback steps up, throws it deep, knocked down. Good play by the corner that time. That was number 3 on the coverage.
Bank Curry helped to prevent that touchdown. It's
A
going
run
to be 4th
take.
down and long.
Yeah, this is going to be 4th and about 13, it looks like.
What kind of call do you have here? Is it a run based on it's inside the 40?
You know, I really they haven't really run
No.
anything dragging across the middle
No.
behind the linebackers.
Right.
You know, that safety's getting deep because they've been burned deep, so you've got some space in there. If you know, and they've had good protection. There it is again, and he throws it out, and the ball is caught, but I think he's going to be out of bounds. All right, now I think they're going to give him the catch. No, they're calling him out of bounds now. So the ball goes over on downs, and that's a good stop by the Rampage. So it keeps them in the game with 13:48 to go. Scores 18-12. And that was a really good defensive stand. They were aided by a couple of big penalties by the Thrashers, but you had to get a stop there. So now they come out and they've got to find a way to block the edge rushers for the Thrashers. And you can see the Thrashers schedule right here. Next week they play the Cobras in there off, and they go play the Georgia Gorillas, and they get another bye, and then they have a team to be announced later. And they end up the year against the Cherokee Bruins. Going empty set here. Tight end pop pass.
Sacking a quarterback.
Up for his first down?
KJ Hicks made the catch.
Maybe.
Up.
Gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah.
8 yard. Okay.
So now we're second and 1 or so. We're trips to the right side of the offense. Quarterback going to scramble.
Nothing.
Tries to throw the ball, got wrapped up.
Sack brought down.
Tackled again. I think that is Marcus Singleton, the defensive tackle captain. And
Tackle made by Marcus Singleton.
so he loses 1. So now it's 3rd down, and they just haven't found a way to block the front
No.
4.
3rd down
Hands
and
down.
3.
We're 3rd and 3, and you know, if I'm them, I'm going back to the wing set with the tight end in the game. They had really some pretty good success running the football, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Now the Thrashers are really crowding the line of scrimmage. We're going to get a timeout called by the Rampage.
Rampage, timeout.
Leaves them with 2. And that was probably a good call there. They were probably going to run that ball into the teeth of the defense. So make a play.
Thank you to CED.
You know, you come out with a tight end wing, and boy, the Thrashers, they walked everybody up on the line of scrimmage right there. There were all 11 players within 3 yards of the football.
Yeah, just decide a down right there. I agree.
Big thanks to Intex for their support
18 to 12, 2 minutes or 12 minutes left to go on the clock. Yeah, I'm seeing it too, brother.
So we'll see what
And I don't
we
even
get.
know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
That's the best part. I'm like watching it. I'm like, yeah.
Fans, a big third down.
So a big third down here for the Rampage on the 44-yard line. And they drop back under pressure again.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice play.
Throw and catch all the way down to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, we've got a first down. Good job by the quarterback escaping pressure. Throws a good job. There, that's Fred Lloyd Jr.
Another wholesale building products. First down.
So we got the ball first and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Thrashers. And a good drive here by the Rampage. And now they run the zone outside and they get back to the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot of place to run that football. Good job by the Thrashers playing defense. So now you got second and 10 for the Rampage. Didn't have a lot of success there getting outside. So we'll see what we get here. Once again, we come out with doubles. Running back set to the left. We're going to get offsides again, I believe, on the defensive end for the Thrashers. He's been trying all night to get a jump and
jumping up about 35, 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a big 5-yard penalty
Yeah, about
there.
32 yard line right now.
Yep. So that's a big play there. So now you're 2nd and 5, and a big difference between 2nd and 5 and 2nd and 10. Boy, your whole playbook now is opened up.
All right, so
whatever you want to do.
After this play, I'm going to talk to you about a 2-point conversion.
All right.
All right. You're down by 6. In the 4th quarter, 10 minutes left.
All right. You got a stop route. We're going to get
24-yard line.
well, that's going to be
William Howard in on the stop.
first down and 10. Ball at the 24. And their trips to the
That's another
right.
wholesale building products. First down.
Taking a lot of time here to get this play off. And they go on the inside give.
Wow, all the way down to about
And that's a touch. Oh,
at the 15, 12-yard line.
that was a good run right there. Number 20, Devin Stevens. So that gets him. Okay, so we picked up about 6 on that play.
It's going to be a 2nd down and short.
So we're 2nd down. Have a really good run on 1st down. They throw the fade. Really good job by the corner there. And now we're 3rd and 2.
Agent 0, the intended receiver.
And looking at the defense, the Thrashers are playing. They don't have a linebacker in the middle of the field.
No, they don't.
They're spreading out, covering everybody, and whew,
Big 3rd down for the Rampage.
if you have a quarterback power or something, you're going to walk into the end zone.
goalpost head right there.
So now they've walked in, and now they've brought the 2 inside linebackers. Looks like they're going to be coming. And looks like we're going to get another timeout.
Rampage called a timeout.
So with 8 minutes to go or so in the fourth quarter.
Hey, talk to me a little bit about what they need to do right now. I mean, we got the Rampage. They're down 16 to 12 or 18 to 12. What do they need to do to get themselves back in the ballgame?
Well, they got to finish this drive. You're 3rd and 2 here. You've got to pick up first down. Then you're going to be 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line or so.
2 points because you don't have a field goal kick.
Yeah, they've gone for 2 every time. So, I would think that they'll come back and probably do the rollout again and try to run the little pick play out there and see if they can't pick up a 2-point conversion and win the football game.
Okay.
So they got to pick up the first down here. They get 2 downs to go 2 yards. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this a run again. Even though they're going to, boy, that was almost picked. They run the slant, and the outside linebacker just sat right in the outside lane there, and they were lucky that ball wasn't picked. Number 14 right there, Keith Hicks was the intended receiver. Big 4th down here for both teams. If Thrashers get a stop, they may can pick up some first down and end the game. Rampage have to pick this up. I'm kind of surprised at that call. I would 4th and 2. Once again, boy, they've got a lot of people within close to the line of scrimmage. And they're throwing it again. They throw it, and that's picked, and that may go that may be 6.
No, he keeps coming across.
Boy, that pick was by number 21, Cameron Ray, and looked like there was some confusion there. The receiver went to the.
Why throw that?
Yeah, the receiver went to the end zone, and the quarterback thought he was going to run a hitch out there. So big stop by the Thrashers. Killer turnover for the Rampage. 7.5 minutes roughly to go in the game. Thrashers with the ball and a chance to pick up a couple of first downs and really salt this thing away. Yeah, what a miscue there between the quarterback and the wide receiver. I'm not sure who messed up. Somebody gave the wrong read because the quarterback threw the stop and the receiver ran the go route. So it'll be 1st and 10.
Please be aware, no smoking anywhere throughout the stadium. We appreciate your consideration.
1st and 10, ball on the 39-yard line. And we'll see what we get now from the Thrashers. They've not been able to run the ball real well either. But here you just hand the ball off. So we'll see what we get.
1st and 10, 38-yard lines for the Thrashers.
Inside give, good cut back to the outside. Picks up 3 yards, maybe 4 on the play.
With the tackle.
You've really done the Rampage really done a great job playing defense right here. They've got to get this stop. So you got 2nd and 6. Clock is running. If you're the Thrashers, you're in no big hurry. If you can pick up 4 yards every time you hand it off, you're going to run it. You're going to go right down the field and shake hands at the end of the game. So you're in doubles again. Looks like the bringing pressure. And they backed out, and there's another inside handoff. And that's going to be real close to a first down, probably.
Williams, the ball carrier, brought down by Perk.
3rd and 1.
3rd and short.
Yeah. 3rd down and a long or short 2, long 1, whichever way you want to call it. I'd be surprised if we see anything but the same play again. You go line up doubles. You got the running back offset to the right side. You've got to get a stop if you're the Rampage. And you had an illegal participation penalty against the Thrashers. Wow, what a big penalty that is. Now you go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. And I'm still going to hand the ball off and run the clock. If it's me, I'll take my chances. You got 5:42 to go in the game. What a big penalty that was. And they throw a little screen out here. Oh, he's going to pick up the first down.
Thrashers with the first down, cross midfield.
Wow. Nice call. Throws a little swing pass out to the running back. We got a penalty on the flag on the field.
Big play, Ray.
Oh, we got a holding call.
Made the stop.
So now you're going to be. Well, now you're 3rd and 17. So you go from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 17, or from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 17. Wow, what a big penalty that was.
It definitely was on that part.
And we've had the outside receivers again. If not, they do a good job blocking, but the referee seems to think they're holding. So
Every time. Listen to you, they think they were holding. Yeah, horrible.
So now you have to throw this ball down the field pretty much. And he throws it out, and it's dropped.
Pass incomplete.
So now you go 4th and 17.
Thrashers will bring in their punting unit.
Thrashers come in to punt, 4:59 to go, and now this is a big
Less than 5 minutes
punt.
left on the clock.
Get the snap, then get it off. Doesn't matter how deep you kick it, but let's get a good snap right here, and hopefully we can kick it down the field, and we'll be good to go. Play good defense, and we'll go home with a win. Sneak out a win after playing great second half football. So they like getting everybody on the field, make sure that they've got everybody they're supposed to have. And we're going to have a timeout, Thrashers, and that's a good call. Good timeout right there. Get everybody lined up right, make sure that you're in a good position. You don't want to have a kick block right here. Give them another short field and set up another easy touchdown.
So what do you do in this situation? Running out of clock, the time. Just offensively, what do we play?
Well, if you're the Rampage, you come back and you had a little bit of success running at that time. Throw the stop route. Don't try to get too much. Their corners are playing pretty good deep balls. They're giving up the short routes, so throw the short routes. Take what they give you. Don't don't try to beat your head against the wall and throw it deep when they're covering the deep pass. So, right here for the Thrashers, you got to get this kickoff. Make sure you're lined up in the right spot. snap. Oh, and they killed the kicker. I don't know if he got the ball or not. Ball out of bounds at the 39-yard line, but they're going to have roughing the kicker here. And this was, it's wow, it's automatic first down, and what a big play for the Thrashers, and another mistake by the Rampage.
Penalty on the Rampage running into the kicker.
So now you have 1st and 10 Thrashers, and they get.
And that's a roughing the kicker. That's going to be a tough one. It's going to give the Thrashers a first down on that penalty.
Wow, what a big mistake again by the Rampage, and they have really had some serious miscues in the second half.
Thrashers 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
There's a snap, and they go, and they're going to score a touchdown.
And the Thrashers score a touchdown.
They have the Rampage does not get lined up. They're late coming out on the field to play defense. They're going to have a penalty against the Thrashers, but the Rampage, once again, they were late getting onto the field. Oh, they call it. Wow.
No.
They call it.
No.
Illegal man downfield. That's wow.
Well, Thrashers call for a penalty.
So they're 5 yards.
Clear downfield.
Yeah, and that may have been supposed to be a run, and the quarterback saw that there was nobody covering the outside receiver, so they just throw it, and he was wide open. That was for sure.
Jeez.
So now we go 2 backs in the backfield. And they're trying to go wide, and the Rampage have played that all night long. And that same guy, Juwan Smith, who has just been all over that play all night long. Great play.
Chris Weems was the ball carrier.
He probably loses 3 or so, so now you're.
Loss of about 5 yards.
5 yards, so now you're 2nd and 20.
2nd and long from the 36. We're under 4 minutes left.
4 minutes left to go in the game. Clock is running.
Defense.
So Thrashers are in no hurry. They will take all this time they can, and I'm still going to run the football, even though
even that you're
right.
down.
You're going to just.
You could flip it.
They're going to call timeout again. Looks like they were getting ready to have a delay of game, and so with 3 minutes and change left in the 4th quarter, Thrashers take their 2nd timeout. And we'll see what we come up with.
What do you call right now?
Well,
offensively,
I'm gonna run the ball. I'm gonna run it back up inside. They've had more success running it inside than trying to run out to the corner.
Outside, right.
They keep mounting it out. Number 4 out there, Juan Smith has really played a really good game for the Rampage. He's made every tackle that he's been all over the field. So I'm gonna run it inside and try to move those big bodies and then bounce it if you have to. But don't try to run the sweep or the outside zone, because it's just, you're losing yardage every time.
Right.
So we'll see what we get. 2nd and a long ways to go. You got pressure up the middle. Quarterback rolls. He's going deep, and that ball is picked off. And that ball is for Rampage now has a 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. And, you know, I'm not,
Right.
I mean, other than turning it over when I still had another down, that's better than a punt.
It is.
You know, you're
controlled.
Right, you're down deep. So
Gives the Rampage the ball back with just over 3 minutes.
just over 3 minutes to go. Rampage down 6. We'll see what they can do because they've not had a whole lot of offense. They've got to be able to throw the ball. That ball was picked by Arante Curry, number 3. So we will see what we get right here. Rampage have had pretty good success in when they went trips and throw the bubble.
Back at a quarterback.
They were short a man. They didn't have they ran a little screen and the ball was dropped. And that's a really good call. Right there.
The intended receiver.
Ball was intended for number 7. Kevius McClendon, who scored their first touchdown, and he just dropped that ball. That was a really nice call right there. Now you're 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Ball on the 35-yard line. Now they've got doubles. Quarterback under immediate pressure again. Steps up, picks up about 6.
To run, picks up a few yards.
So now we are 3rd down. Four yards to go. A big 3rd down call. Of course, you're going to go for it here with a little over 2 minutes to go in the game. And the quarterback is going to get sacked.
Ball goes down. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's number 22,
Rampage is going to have
which is Curtis
clock
Benton.
running.
And now we are 4th and 10, roughly 4th and 9, I'm guessing. And it looked like they're bringing on their punt team, which last time they've run a fake punt here, and I would definitely be looking for them to.
2 minutes, 2-minute warning.
2 minutes, and you've got 2 timeouts left for the Rampage. They're going to line up in punt formation.
Fans want to thank you for your
If you
support of
are
Rampage football.
the Thrashers, you are certainly thinking fake punt right
And
here.
after a road game, we'll be back right here in 3
I would
weeks.
just line up and play safe defense and let them punt it and let the ball roll, and then
Presents the Macon Rampage
make it hard on them to do anything.
County Bruins to celebrate the growing relationships
So we'll
between
see
Macon
what we
and
get.
the Muscogee Creek Nation. Again, that's right here in
We have
Henderson
one fake
on
punt
March
for the
22nd.
Rampage already. We'll see if they line up and run another fake punt. I definitely would not play punt return. I would play defense right here, expecting the fake punt. It's going to be really hard for the Rampage to get the ball back with 2 minutes to go, 2 timeouts. So we'll see what we get. And they come and line up in punt formation. And it looks like that the Thrashers are playing more of a straight up defense. And there's a fake. And he's going to throw it. And that ball is incomplete.
That's incomplete.
And
That's
the
gonna
ball
give the
goes
Thrashers
over
the
on
ball back
downs.
with a minute 53.
Minute 53 to go in the game, and now you have the Thrashers with the ball, and going to be very tough for the Rampage now. They've got 2 timeouts left. I'm sure you'll see nothing but runs here for the Thrashers. Ball 1st and 10. On the 25-yard line. You could almost take a knee and be done with this. Or inside handoff, and we picked up. Picked up 9 yards.
Antoine Turner, the ball carrier.
Yeah, picked up 9 on the play, so it makes a 2nd and 1. The clock is running, and they're in no hurry. And if they get a 1st down here, this game's over. When he goes backwards, don't do that. Oh. Loses a couple on the play. 3rd down.
3rd down.
3 yards to go. We're inside a minute. I really don't know why we've not had a timeout by the Rampage. So 3rd. And he's going to be tackle for a loss of 1. This brings up 4th down, and that's the ball game. And that's the game, folks. We have the Thrashers winning 18, Rampage 12.
See you back here in 3 weeks.
As we shake hands at midfield, exciting 2nd half for the Thrashers.
14-12.
And the Thrashers were able to pick up 2 touchdowns at the
That was a fast 4th quarter.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
And so both teams now go to 1-1, and they have big games next week.
They do.
Thrashers are at home against the Georgia Cobras, and Macon goes on the road against the Georgia Jaguars. So.
Yeah. We'll have the Commandos versus the Bruins. It'll be a lot of fun on that part. We'll see if we get the final stats of the season, stats of the game, and see if we can get that rolling in this direction. What did you like about game 2 for both teams, Butch?
Well, the Thrashers showed a little bit more offense. They brought in a different quarterback. They started with the game with Don Quarius Hart at quarterback, and they made a change in the 2nd quarter.
Right.
And brought in Kevon Taylor. They were able to throw the ball down the field. You can see they had 228 yards rushing, 160 yards passing. You know, what I don't like is 3 turnovers.
No, both teams had 3 turnovers.
And
I mean, we're going in week 2 and we're still getting turnovers on the ball.
Right. And,
right.
You know, the Rampage, all of their points came off of turnovers. They had a 15-yard drive, and then they had a pick 6. And then, you know, the Thrashers were able to make some big plays. They had a scoop and score for a touchdown, but then they had a big pass play for a touchdown in the 2nd half. So,
right.
You know, you go from scoring at 6 points the first week to 18 second week for the Thrashers. So big improvement for them. Rampage Scored 20 the first week, and their offense never really got untracked, 125 yards. And a big part of that, they had a hard time blocking the defensive ends for the Thrashers.
Especially for the Thrashers. All right, who you got player of the game for the Thrashers? Any thoughts?
The player of the game for the Thrashers, I think that you have to go with Kevon Taylor, the quarterback. He came in and made a big difference in the game, especially in the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, glad to have everybody with us here on Score 58 Network. Got Joey, Dorian, DeAndre, and good old-fashioned Robert on site. We got Maya, Maya, Cedric, Dylan, and Jennifer on here. I'm Bo, and I got Butch with me. Hey, everybody takes care in this crazy world. We'll see you back here Saturday evening, bringing this game back to you. Sit tight and enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night and be safe.